actually Dark Souls, but if anyone's played the first Dark Souls, very like Dark Moon Garden or yeah, very Dark Moon Garden music.
I have only watched speedruns of Dark Souls. I have never actually played or actually watched a full walkthrough of it. Only speedruns of it.
Fair. If you know the big, glowy butterfly-looking thing, it sounds like the music of its area.
Oh, the one that skipped, I believe.
Yeah, just very ethereal and creepy.
Alright. Well, since he can't give a recap, I can just give a quick recap from my notes.
Okay.
Did he post?
I think so.
Yes.
Alright, I guess I could also just read his. Alright, so the party decides to rest after the golem fight. Eldwin discovers that the old book they found is an arcane grimoire. The party decides it is best to leave before the Steel Shadow discover their companions are dead. The group hides while the Steel Shadow from the entrance start patrolling. We safely return to the camp where Ublol returns with the ship, telling us that one of the towns was captured by the Steel Shadow and that we need to free the captured gnolls. Ublol takes the party and Seal to the town with the captured gnolls as we sneak up to try to save them. We reach the gates of the town where Anvir spots someone hiding off to the side of the gate. After a failed deception, the party got into a fight with the Steel Shadow. After a fight with some very questionable rolls, we finally defeat the Steel Shadow members. We free the gnolls.
I don't think we rolled that bad.
That's just what he wrote. We free the gnolls and reunite them with their clan mates. We decide to rest, and then Uvlol, the party, Seal, and Zokek took off for Candle once again. On the way back, Anvir confronts Eldwin about the changes that happened to Eldwin that started shortly after confronting some ghosts. And that is pretty much it.
Also, Nasira and LJ play Gamble.
Yes, I had Anvir had just got over to join them. I'm not putting money down. I just like games of chance.
Ah. Well, game's a chance. Whether you do money or whatever your heart desires, it's still fun either way.
So, it is the 33rd of spring at 12:30. I believe the group was still traveling.
Yes, we had only just really set out.
So it's probably going to be at least a day or so to get back, maybe two.
Where are we traveling from, and are we heading back to Cantle, or do we have another destination first?
I think we want to head to specifically Last Light first.
Okay. And we're leaving from which tribe?
No cultists.
Right, but we were at one of the tribe camps. Was it Sharp Rock?
No, we were
not on the world map.
We had met at like the temple, like into the.
Okay,
like,
what was the name of that?
Just
What was that name of that god, Lou?
The Temple of Heronius, I believe.
Heronius.
Yeah, definitely it was Heronius.
Alright, so you're gonna go to Last Light instead of Candle?
Yeah.
I thought it was on the way.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Like we'd get there first anyway.
Alright.
Is that not the case?
Can you not see the map?
Yeah, well, I can see
it's still loading for me.
it. It's just slightly to the right of Candleholm. It will be on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we head there first because I kind of want to talk to Davian a bit. Kind of let him know Yeah, so Steel Shadow, not that far away from here.
All right.
I'd be discussing this with some of the people in the ship as well. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I feel
So
like this would be a good idea, although neither of you two people know who I'm talking about.
You just see LJ and Sarah gambling over in the corner.
No, I mean, I asked if there was anyone gambling, but like, I don't think we ever actually got started because we're traveling, so there's no corner for us to be in.
yeah, so it's probably going to be a day or two of travel. I'll give Miri a sec to load in.
I think I'm gonna have to reboot because it's still spinning.
Yeah, I'm probably just in the corner then, waiting for someone to gamble me.
What? How are you in the corner? We are traveling.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like
tried-
to play some exploding stars?
He's in the cave corner.
Well, no, you guys are in the ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about the ship.
Yeah, we're traveling in the ship. That's where there's a
Or else it
corner.
would be a lot longer to get back.
What is this exploding star thing?
Okay, so it's a dice game. You roll a d8 and you keep it hidden. And you roll a d. Sorry, I think I've gotten that wrong already. It's a d12, then a d8. No, there's a d6. I was right the first time. Sorry, I've only played this once before.
Yes, I can tell.
You roll a d8, which you keep hidden. And then you roll a d6, which you keep hidden. And then you roll a d4, which you roll openly. And then we all show each other the dice we have rolled. And then we continue to roll a d4 for every time we have rolled something that shows up twice. And the person with the highest total at the end wins.
That just sounds overly complicated, and I love it.
So, like, yeah, so this is how we'll do it. So, like, if you roll a d8, because we're just not betting or anything, so we'll do it for fun, just roll in the chat. If you roll a d8, and then you roll a d6,
I rolled that to the DM by accident.
and then you roll a d4. I got no doubles, so that's just my total.
I got a double. My
Yeah,
first DA and first D4.
okay, so what you do is, the lower thing that you rolled the double on, that's what you roll to add up again. So you would roll another d6.
I rolled it.
Think you DM'd it again.
No, I rolled a 2 on my DA, which I GM'd rolled by accident. Rolled a
Yeah,
6. So I roll another D6.
So now you'd roll the 2, because that's the lower of the ones that's a double.
So
And-
D4.
Yeah, and now it's called the Exploding 4, which can continue to go on. You still beat me, because I only rolled a 5, 2, and a 3.
6, 2, and 1.
It's just a dumb little fun little dice game.
The dumber the fun, as my dumbass of a father used to say. Better, the better. The dumber the better.
Fathers, they have such words of wisdom.
I suppose so, yes. Now, you sure you want to not bet nothing? Betting's the whole part of the gambling, you know that, right?
I don't gamble. Except with my life, constantly.
See, you gamble with your life, but not a simple dice game. I never understand people.
I like my money. Could be used for very important things.
You realize where I'm from, gambling with money is not the only thing you gamble with, right?
Gives you a very distrusting look. What else do you gamble with?
It could be anything.
It's a what?
It could be anything. Your harder. I know some people out there gambles entire fortunes, lives, heart.
No, I'm good. I don't like to bet on games of chance. Like, I literally believe in a whole god and, like, the whole thing of, like, you know, set destinies. So chances are a bit weird for me.
Okay, then how about this? And I take out a piece of paper and write something down. If you win, you get to open it. And if I
Can I tell
lose,
what he wrote down?
now I kept the hidden. If you lose, you don't open it. If you win, you open it.
What if I don't care?
Then don't open it.
Okay.
D8.
Oh god, you actually think I'm... screw it, why not?
We have a day.
A D8, a D6, a D4. I got terrible rolls again, so you win.
I will take that note back, and when you read it, let me know.
Oh, I really don't mind. Anyway.
Andre probably goes off and some random person gambles with me.
I would also create food and water during this journey, so we don't have to go through as many rations.
Where are you getting this food and water?
No, the spell.
Oh. Yeah, if you have the spell memorized, you could just use that. How's it going, Miri? You almost in?
No, I'm still fighting with my computer. I don't need to be though, right, for downtime?
This isn't gonna be downtime right away.
Okay.
Oh.
We have to
Let me
roll to see what happens
try
on the
to-
way
There might
first.
have been, but we went to last light instead of candle, so something different is gonna happen from what I planned.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'll try to start again.
Yeah, Andre, as you see, as you're walking away, LJ is just gambling with someone else.
Yeah, unfortunately, with only 3 players, I'm kind of limited. So, kind of need a 3.
Oh yeah, no, I just thought we were Theater of the Minding. I didn't realize we needed the map. But yeah, it was still spinning. I had tried 2 browsers so far, and it was just spinning. So I had switched to another window.
Another window, 2 browsers. What's next? So, new computer?
No, that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Oh,
The thing is I run dozens of things simultaneously on this computer, like for work, all day, every day. But the moment I get in both Discord and Roll20 together, it's just terrible performance. This is the only time I have this issue.
Yep. I can see that happening.
All right. So you are using create food and water to feed everyone. Did you have it prepared, or are you needing to prepare?
I would have, yeah, I just put it on my prepared list then, because I assumed we would have had a long day's journey after that first day of heading out.
Well, the first day, you wouldn't have had it prepared, so I think you would have to do rations the first day.
Yeah, just like that first day, though.
But it only actually takes a day to get there.
Sorry, I meant that, we slept before we head out.
Oh, are you camping?
Oh, wait, if it's only gonna be one day, then I probably wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah, with the machine, you can travel 2 squares in a day instead of 1.
Yeah,
Oh.
good one.
Nice.
So, yeah, it would take each of you a food. And you are headed over to Last Light.
Oh shit, I don't have a lot of rations. But we are on the ship.
I think we have some on the ship, yeah.
You can minus them from the ship's inventory if you want to use those.
That might be easier. You
The
wanna
only
just take-
rations we have on the ship is Onyx's.
Yeah, so I had a lot of rations. How many
Yeah, we
rations are
did.
on the ship?
6. No, wait,
Oh.
no, that's wait. Oh, 3.
Okay, not a lot then. Just
At
take
all?
away all those 3.
Why does it say Onyx's rations ship?
Because he
I'm
left them
not
at the ship?
sure.
Wouldn't that
I
just
did
be
leave
rations on the
rations.
ship?
Well, because he had them in the bag, and then we dumped all the contents of the bag when we went back to the ship.
I had specifically left a bunch of rations
he-
at some point.
so
I
he
felt
had
like it was more than 3 though.
He had, because the bag was his infusion, he had labeled some of the stuff in the bag as Onyx is this, Onyx is that, so that it could be differentiated from the
Ah.
tribe stuff. And then when we took the bag after he died and we took it back to the ship, we emptied it of everything that was in it in the ship so that we had an empty bag.
We just full turned it inside out.
Pretty much,
Basically.
yeah.
Alright,
Well,
so
we could just eat all of Onyx's old rations.
that would be the 3.
Oh.
Sure.
Yep,
we can
that
get rid
goes
of
away.
those.
Yep,
I'll
Okay.
give myself that spell slot back then.
So, Ublo will ask, are we just popping up in the middle of last light, or should I park in a nearby cave like
Yeah, maybe
last
just
time?
like 100 or so feet away, so they don't have an immediate heart attack.
Okay.
Before we hop on ship, or as we're traveling, I would have asked Anvir, do you want me to take the stuff in the bag hold and put it on the ship?
Or
Yeah.
yes, no, he's probably talking about all the new stuff we've put in there since then.
No.
Yes, that would be the best idea, I think. Just we don't know. That is something we can do while in town. Look for a new bag.
Yep. And putting the stuff where the stuff is. Woods,
Yeah.
I know it.
So just start swapping everything from bag to ship.
Yeah, I am.
So yeah.
And I'm adding some spots in the coin purse for you to move those bars and stuff over where I've already put the weights and values in. And then you
Yeah.
just need to do quantities, yeah. That'll give us a total wealth.
So gold pieces, gold bars, platinum bars, and silver bars.
Hmm. Alright. So, you would get to last light the next day around 12:30. So it's now the 34th of spring. And you go into the nearby cave, heading over to last light. It's been a while since you've been here.
Since
So-
we left for the cold.
So it's been another day.
It's been a day.
So another day of the bag of holding's gone, which means we have 1 day left before it
Yeah.
disappears.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that we would have it still by the time we got to Candle anyway. That's why we have the ship, I guess.
But as you approach the entrance to Last Light, it looks like the barricade has been destroyed.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Oh no.
I.
And entering, you would see that the large house to the southeast also looks like it has been decimated. There's a bunch of holes in the wall, a bunch of burned out parts, and no one is in the fields currently.
Mm.
Something must
Twice.
have happened here.
Do I see anybody at all?
Nope, it looks like this area is abandoned right now.
It looks like this. Maybe the steel shadow already came here.
What do you want to do?
Should we move in?
Actually, with your... So the light stones are also missing. Do any of you... you all have dark vision?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
Me and Nasiro do, and I have 300 foot, but if we got here and it was just dark and ruined, I would have given everyone my 300 foot dark vision for now.
Alright, so... Let's say you enter from the south.
So I'll mark my eyes of night as used.
And
We'll set. Yeah. If Eldwin shows up, we'll say I gave it to him as well, but yeah, for now.
I
Alright.
have 17,000 gold pieces.
You would notice there are several massive holes in the middle of the field, which is a little strange.
Oh. I mean, we were literally talking about this exact thing for, like, our own purposes. That aren't there creatures that, like, dig out from the ground? Is anyone nature inclined or knows about animals or creatures that could have done this?
No. Someone is, I know that.
Otto used to be.
Oh shit, I haven't updated my thing.
You're not nature inclined, are you, Nasira?
No.
Damn it.
Something has
Is-
happened here.
It's still Nathaniel is.
Nathaniel
Maybe.
would be half trained.
I think he's more like, oh, that's right. He's a bard, so he would be half trained no matter what, right?
Yeah. Nathaniel would say there's probably some danger here. I don't know if we should stay.
Should we check the house? There might be some survivors.
Again. It's like deja vu.
Yeah, this is where we got. This is where we got captured. Way back when.
Is there some reason we care about this place?
It's part of the main town. It's like it's part of the town. It's one of their farming.
Alright, I'll go
Sounds-
check out the holes then. You all want to look into the house, either come with me or I'll be over there shortly.
Maybe don't get too close to them. I'm worried something's gonna pop out and grab you.
Well, Anvil and Sarah, you can go to the house and I'll protect Nathaniel.
Okay,
Alright,
let's try that.
so you are going to investigate the large house? Or the
Uh,
remains of it?
Me and Nathaniel is going to protect. I'm going to protect Nathaniel. Nathaniel's going to check out the holes, yeah.
What about Sasira?
Sierra, sorry, where's everyone going?
Pretty much.
LJ's protecting Nathaniel, who's checking out the holes, and Andre's going to the house.
Then I'll go with Anvir, so that we don't have anyone alone.
Alright. So you approach the house. As you get close, as I said, it seems like sections of the wall were destroyed, as well as parts of the outer wall being burned.
As we have. Sorry, you say your thing.
You could probably use survival to try to figure out more about what happened here.
Even though I'm untrained.
You just get less with an untrained roll.
Yeah, I just wanted to check because usually, sometimes you're like, yeah, you have to be trained to even make the roll. Ooh, I rolled terribly.
Alright, so yeah, you, looking around, you're unsure. Although you would probably guess if, fire was involved, it may have been an invading force. There's no way to know for sure, though. At least not being, familiar with this type of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it looked like trolls, but I guess that roll would have been what I would have done.
Yeah, it'd be hard to tell just by looking at some of
Yeah.
the destruction. What about Syrah? Got anything you can do, or are you just kind of escorting him?
You said nature and survival are the only relevant, or are there other options?
It would probably just be survival at this point.
Okay, then yeah, I guess I'm just escorting.
Okay.
I don't actually remember if she has survival.
Alright, so yeah, if you go inside and look around, doesn't seem like anyone is here. Several areas of the house have been completely destroyed and burned out. Others seem somewhat undisturbed.
You do have survival. It says
do?
you do on your. It says you do
okay.
in the party screen anyway.
All right. I'm trying Safari now.
Yeah, I noticed that you weren't in the Roll20. That's why I stopped moving. Like, oh.
Oh, I haven't been in since before he said we saw holes in the field and a broken down. Like
Oh.
every time it starts to refresh me, like it never finishes loading. So I always get the black screen, like it's just still loading. Okay.
Is this
All right.
on the-
I see the map now this time.
That's good. Is this on the laptop or the like iPad thing?
Oh, this is the laptop. I switched to
Okay.
the laptop when you asked me to keep notes. I don't think I was here when Eldwin volunteered to scribe last week, so I had no idea I was scribing today. That's why I was originally on the tablet.
You were meant to scribe last week.
Gotcha. I just
Yeah.
didn't know that exchange had gone down.
I think we had.
Because I was like an hour late, remember?
Yeah.
All right, so my character sheet is still loading, but I see the map now.
Alright, do you want me to roll for you? Survival,
yeah.
I mean.
Did that go through?
You got it.
Yeah.
21.
Alright, so...
Unless you have advantage for some reason.
No.
No, it'd be normal. So it looks like to you that, yeah, this was probably some kind of attack. Some of the markings would indicate weapon swings hitting the wall or the floor. The tracks would indicate that they, whoever these were, came from outside. And if you follow them, you would see they're coming from the holes.
Oh, great.
So
Do they have-
something, even though these holes might be where the attackers came in from, they dug in.
Can we tell how the holes were dug? Like, do they look like they are something like a creature or something with a tool?
So,
Do they
Or
look
something-
rough and rigid, or do they look pretty smooth like our ship?
So if you walk over there, Nathaniel is kind of finishing up looking at them. He would say, this looks like some sort of magic created these holes. This doesn't look like a claw or some kind of creature dug these out, but it's hard to say for sure.
Maybe the Seal Shadow or the Empire they work with have found some of these ships.
It's possible, though. I
Well,
don't know.
the Steel Shadow. I mean, do we believe that so the display of magical earthquakes at the No Cultist headquarters was a coordinated attack of significant magic. It's possible that they would also have a type of magic to shape the earth.
True,
without
but
machinery.
that is true, but I have this type of magic. And
Right, but in mass, like huge amounts.
yes.
Like you could do
Oh,
5
yes.
feet at a time, right?
It is literally 5 feet for a 4th level spell slot.
Right. Well, that's why I'm saying it would be a huge feat of magic, but they did a whole bunch of earthquake spells for an extended period of time. So that would have been a lot of magic too.
I think it was just the one earthquake that lasted for a fairly normal earthquake.
So is
Do we
that what
remember
this
how
is?
long the earthquake
This
ran
is
for,
no
roughly?
earthquake spell. This is
I
much
Oh no,
wasn't
we're
saying-
talking about back at the other.
We're talking about the possibility of powerful magic to do this, not earthquake magic to do this.
He says, I don't really know of any magic myself that would dig this way, but maybe with some research I could figure out how this happened. As he kind of
Oh, I
hunches
know of
down
magic
over the
that
hole.
can do this.
He says, "What magic?"
Well, I have a spell called Stone Shape that does a very similar thing.
But
Fucking
again,
He
magic.
says, "I'm
You would
familiar with Stone
take
Shape. This hole
forever.
is like 20 feet wide,
Oh,
and this goes
Oh,
down
God.
like." He looks down. He says, "This goes down into a large grouping of dugout caves. So it would take way too many stone shapes to do something like this."
Again,
Maybe-
I was simply commenting that if they had a coordination of many magic users with a lot of magic, that they might that. But I wasn't saying that's what happened here. It was just a thinking out loud. Let's move on.
He says, "It's possible, but yes, as you say, there would be quite a few magic users needed."
I think. How big are the holes left by our ship?
They are a little bit smaller than these. These are bigger, but
Damn.
your ship.
We don't-
Oh, go ahead.
We don't know the origins of our vessel. It's possible that others exist like it, that from similar creators of
Yes, that's what I was saying
of
originally.
larger sizes.
Well,
Maybe.
they are discussing on Sarah and Nathaniel. LJ is going to keep an active lookout for anyone trying to ambush us.
Also, Sierra, you believe these tracks are at least a couple of days old.
Oh,
So you don't think whoever did this is well? If they're still here, then you don't see any recent tracks.
I would share
I'm,
that.
just, I'm also just going to go over to the house a bit more and just kind of yell out and check there's no survivors hiding in there.
No, don't yell. You're going to attract possible enemies. Ugh.
When Anvil leaves, LJ goes with them.
Yes,
Uh,
yell
so
was probably the wrong turn of phrase. I just
you,
mean like
well,
I'm just kind of going in.
Yeah, you yelled into the house, but no one answered.
I guess we head back to Candle and let them know if they don't already.
He says, or we could follow these tunnels. Maybe they'll lead us somewhere. But I'm with you. I think we should just head back to Candle. I mean, for all we know, Candle was attacked too.
That was what I was going to suggest.
Are you saying there's a possibility of a third attack?
He says, I just wish I knew who was behind this.
I mean, based on previous experience so far, sounds like Steel Shadow. We did have two friends with a past with them that were living here.
Maybe, though, if they were busy attacking the cultists, it would be quite a bit to split their forces into two different attacks.
That is true.
It
Depends on how large their forces are.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Well,
Nathaniel
I
just shrugs. He says, well, what should we do?
I guess head out for now. It doesn't look like there's any survivors.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so you're heading back to your ship?
Yep.
Alright. So you head out into the cave. And I have to remember who's with you.
So in the ship right now would be Zokek, because he didn't like the other tribes as much.
Yeah,
Us.
Zokek is with you.
Uvla.
Scarlet's with you.
Scarlet. Scarlet would be with us, Uvla would be with us, and then us four with Eldwin.
Where's Uvlal?
And Sol, I think. I would
So,
imagine. The Frog Boy, Eldwin controls.
Oh, Fireboy.
Sol.
Seal?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what?
yeah.
The fireball guy.
Yeah. Okay.
You are fire resistant, are you not?
Indeed. Alright, so the group is heading back to not the capital, but to Last Light.
The ship.
Kendall.
Oh, yes, and
It should only take you a few hours to get there. 4 hours to be precise.
we do not care.
Take on foot.
Be 8 hours on foot.
Okay.
I was
So
gonna say it's like nearly a day. I remember.
Yeah, it's a little bit quicker via ship. Alright, so you spend the 4 hours. It's fairly quiet. Getting back to a nearby cave. I assume, again, you're not going to dig up into Candle.
I'm half tempted to, considering we don't know if they're in great danger or not. But yeah, probably not.
Uvlo will ask, am I digging up into the settlement, or shall we use a nearby cave?
Use a
Nearby
nearby
cave.
cave for now, but like really nearby. We don't know if they need our help desperately or not.
Okay. So you dig up in a nearby cave, approaching Candle, and as you do, you would see there are several, looks like dead bodies in the cave. Some gnolls and humans.
Mm.
Do they look like our friendly gnolls?
I guess you could tell by their tattoos that yes, some of them are some of your allied tribes.
We start like fucking booking it back to Candle. At least I do.
As you come into the main cave there, you see the massive door is shut, and a bunch of, looks like bodies are on the outside of it.
Does the humans look like they're part of Still Shadow or another identifiable troop?
The humans are harder to identify. They do look like mostly fighters, warriors, and mercenaries, but
Do any of them just look like people we would have seen around town or anything like that?
you probably wouldn't recognize any of the corpses, no.
Okay.
But yeah, so as you approach, you see the large gate is closed, and up above, actually, a crossbow bolt comes whizzing down and just narrowly misses you.
Hold your fire! The Grey Wanderers return!
Who's out there? The
That's
who?
a name? That's a
The
name?
Grey Wanderers!
Seriously, that's a name? You
Yes,
pick a
it's-
better name?
I
I didn't pick the name!
So
Who did?
there's a silence for a moment, and one of the smaller doors on the large door up above opens, and you see a guy there with a torch. He throws down a rope ladder and says, "Quickly, come on up."
We climb.
P crime.
All right. So you climb up, re-entering Candle. The guard says, "It's good that you're back, Grey Wanderers. It's been a while since you've been here."
Yes, we stopped by last night and we became deeply concerned about here.
He nods. He says, "It seems that several of the outlying communities have been attacked. We were attacked here at one point, but luckily we had the gate sealed. We were warned of them coming, some sort of mercenary group. We don't know exactly who they are, but they were well armed."
That's my factor is Still
Was it
Shadow.
the Steel Shadow at all? Do you know?
He says, "We don't know exactly who it was. There was
Have you acquired any of their injured or that could be interrogated?
He says, "No, we had our scouts look around the outside, but the attack was fairly recent, and we've kept the gates mostly shut. So we haven't had much chance to investigate the dead."
I ask about Davian, but I don't say Davian because, like, no, that's not the name he gives people.
Wasn't it like Daniel or something?
I can't remember what it really was right now. Like, I as a person don't remember what it was.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like
and
Onvia
Nasira
would.
wouldn't know, but I think it was Daniel, or something like that. The first name he gave before he later
The
confided in
name
us
that
his
he
true name.
actually tells people.
Yeah.
Because if I go around saying Davian, they're going to be like, who the hell?
Yeah. Before he told us his real name was Davian, and he told us Ellen's story and stuff.
So the guard will kind of shrug. He says, "I'm not sure who that is. Sorry."
Hmm.
Damn it. That's fine.
He
Did
says,
any survivors from last light manage to rock up?
Yeah, in fact, that's kind of how we knew they had been attacked. Some of their people managed to flee. Said
Where-
that the ground opened and large groups of mercenaries came out attacking and taking prisoners.
Who the
Yes.
hell can do that? Oh,
Well,
they can.
us.
They can, yeah, you have a point.
Where would we find some of those survivors? We had a friend who was kind of left in charge almost of Last Light, just keeping an eye on things.
I think they're currently staying at the inn to the south. I believe the Devil's Hearth. I think the town gave them some money to at least have some time here without having to worry as refugees.
Fair. Well, we should probably stop by the mayor first and first all. Would he be in town hall?
I believe so. He says we've.
Oh.
And there's actually like a couple of guards there now talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Heads up.
Nasira wouldn't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Heads up, guards. There is going to be a fairly large congregation of about 60 or so gnolls showing up in a couple of days. They are friends.
So, well, we already have several Knoll allied settlements
These are new
in the
ones.
area, but we'll keep an eye out for them.
Yes,
And we would tell them the tribe names, I think, as well.
yes. Dosha
So-
should be with them, but
Oh yeah, that's right. They know Dosha.
Oh,
I think
and,
most of the people with Dosha.
most of the Knolls have come into the gate. They abandoned their outlying towns.
That makes
just
sense,
because
yeah.
it's,
That makes sense.
yeah, it's not as defended. So
So this is just kind of an out of character thing to keep in our minds because I don't think Nasira would actually even think much on this because she didn't know him, but the group probably does want to visit Onyx's family.
Yes, I saw that was going to
And-
be. That was
and
probably
have
going to
a
be
little
one of the
memorial
first things.
service and a little funeral.
Yeah,
Alex's house.
We'll probably like drop him, but okay. We'll
Well,
now
no,
that we
we're
know
not going to drop his body at her doorstep. We're going to take him to the church and then go
Yes.
talk to her.
I think we go tell her and let her know that it's still in the ship because we wouldn't be carrying it in
Oh,
our
that's true.
arms
Yeah,
as
yeah.
it is so-
Yeah.
So I think we maybe do we head to town hall first, then maybe up to Onyx's house, then to the Devil's Hearth.
That sounds good.
We should probably go get the rest of the people from the ship.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I can go do that. Maybe hey,
Is there?
big fighter guy. And he points to Leo. He says, "Come with me. You can be my bodyguard again."
Quick question: is there much
be happy to.
populace near our house?
Is there what?
Much populace near our house, like
Where's
near the
your
Grey
house?
Manor, near the south there, the Grey Manor.
No, there's just like a little forest there. There are a couple outlying houses, but the manor is probably the biggest thing there.
Well, I was thinking, like, would there be an area big enough for us to like pull up the ship in and like park?
Like drive
Do
it
we
here
wanna
or
make-
like dig in here?
We don't want to make permanent tunnels into this fortified town.
That's
I don't-
true.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, most of the tunnels you may collapse, but yeah, there is the chance that some of them could hold.
Well, because we climbed a ladder up here, so I'm imagining they're not wanting to open the gate. So I'm not sure how else we would get the ship in here at the moment.
That's true. Well, you all figure that out. Come on, Leo, you're with me.
got it.
All right, so the two of them are gonna go get the rest of your people. The guards are kind of
And
keeping
I
an eye
think-
out.
I think Val would still be with us in behind the scenes, and so, I mean, he knew Onyx better than Sierra. So in character, like maybe we could stop by Onyx's house and give the news, with Val and Onvir, who
Onvir
actually
and
knew
Eldwin.
Onyx at least, and I guess yeah, Eldwin. That's right. Sorry. I was thinking about like who was here today, so I was just thinking Val was in the background, but you're right, Eldwin would be there as well. And I guess technically, what was Matt's
Uvlol.
character? Uvlol, yeah, and Dosha. So yeah, okay. So we've got people who knew Onyx. So
Dosha's not here though.
it's just so weird for me to like, in character, like Nasira wouldn't care, you know? I mean,
Dosha's not at Candle at the moment though. He's with the tribes.
right, he'll be here soon. Yeah, He'll be here,
Question.
hopefully in time for whatever memorial service we hold.
Question,
Alright,
DM.
so it's kind of late in the day to do a downtime project, but what is Syrah doing right now?
I'm gonna stick
Us.
with Anvir, and we're gonna go to the town hall, and then to Onyx's house, and then to the bar. You said, right? The
Yeah.
inn.
Okay.
I think it's mainly me and Eldwin and Syrah
Right.
because me and Eldwin are the only people the mayor's gonna recognize.
Right. And Yuri, right? The mayor and Yuri. You guys want to talk to both, I think, if she's still around.
The mayor is who we're talking to, and that's he's a guy.
Right, but Yuri is the captain of the guard.
Mayor
You guys work
Amesley
with
Oh,
as
yes,
well.
Yuri.
and Yuri Knightsbane are the two you're thinking of.
Yes, those two.
Quick question, DM.
Mhm.
I know we didn't talk much about this, but where would LJ's backstory house be with his dead husband still in it? Around here, off the map somewhere.
Did you come from Candle?
Born here, no. Moved here, yes.
So if
You lived here recently, though.
Yeah.
If you were living here, I mean, that's kind of up to you. Were you?
Well, in that case, you would have some contacts in the town, and you might even have known some of the wanderers before meeting us in the field.
Yeah, probably.
You most likely didn't have your own house. You may have worked on the farms, although I guess you're kind of a high-level character.
And he was married,
married.
so he would have had like his little family cottage.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you were a lumberjack or something, a Shroomwood lumberjack.
Yeah.
Did he have like he just had like a little wooden cottage he lived with his husband?
Yeah.
they could have lived around there, which would be this part of town over here.
You were
Yeah,
trying to lead
near
a
the
normal.
mill.
You were trying to lead a normal life after the violence of the wars. You
Yeah.
fought in.
So you probably live in lived in a cottage around the Shroomwood forest there.
And before LJ leaves with Nathaniel, he would say to Aga, "Don't forget, I need your help with them."
Yes, I can do that for you.
Thank you. And go catch up the Nathaniel.
All right, so you head to town hall where there are a good amount of guards out front. It looks like there are several caravan masters there talking to the guards, some arguing going on. Several people recognize Anvir
Me?
as he approaches, and one of them shouts, "The Grey Wanderers have returned! Huzzah!"
The two
Well, imagine-
Grey Wanderers have with them.
Yeah, I imagine Eldwin would probably be hanging with me because he'd be the only other person they recognize, so I probably would have asked him to come along.
So you all get a bit of a cheer, and one of them says, "Are the cultists responsible for this? Is this why we're being attacked?"
No, they have been more or less dealt with now. The cult should be no problem, and we have even more allies to join our tribe again.
Huzzah!
Ah,
They seem,
This-
happy about that.
I would actually say, from what I can see, this seems more like human intervention.
Do you know who did this? Who is attacking us?
I'm not sure. I have some theories, but I wouldn't like to draw any conclusions yet.
There's some worried whispers among the crowd.
Oh.
They would probably just let you pass.
So we start wandering through.
Alright, so going into the town hall building, you would recognize a familiar face as you get in there. Yuri approaches and she says, "You're back, friends." Coming up to you, excited, gives you a firm handshake and smiles.
I'd bring her in for the kind of like light, not very affectionate hug, but just kind of like, yes, we are. I consider you a close friend, kind of light hug.
She's pretty. How tall are you? I think she's actually much bigger than you.
I like to think I'm like the tall side of elf, so like 5'10", 6 foot.
Alright, so then you would be around the same height, and she would indeed hug you back and say,
We
haven't-
saw last night.
Oh, did you? Were you able to figure anything out from it?
It's strange. We came across a vessel that digs through stone while we were out and about.
Hmm. She says, "Do you
The
think
holes in Last Light? It's similar but bigger. The ones in
so
Last Light.
the tales of the ground opening up were true then? Something dug through, releasing
Yes, there were.
the soldiers in. It's bizarre." She says, "I don't
Yes.
know of anyone who would have that sort of ability."
Like I said, we found this strange vessel while we were out, but it's on the smaller side compared to the holes we found. But we don't know if there's more of them out there.
It's possible. She says, "I know when I was stationed in the Darrock Empire long ago, the only ones who might have that type of ability would be the Phoenix Guild wizards."
You came from the Darrock Empire.
Well, a lifetime ago, but yes, that's where I started out in.
That's actually a very interesting thing. So when we were out dealing with the cultists, the Steel Shadow invaded them.
She says, "I'm familiar."
And they were most hostile to all, not just the cultists. They were slaughtering our allies and attempting to slaughter us as
The
well.
Steel Shadow may not like us very
Or-
much.
She says that's not really their MO. The Steel Shadow are more of a clandestine organization. Conquering using large-scale forces, it's not something they often do. Are you sure they
They
were
do-
all still Steel Shadow?
They claimed
Which
to
a lot
be.
of them were.
And
not
they-
all of them were.
Yeah, and they declined any diplomacy and were very violent in all our encounters.
She says, "Oh, how rude of me. I'm Yuri." And she smiles down and extends
Yes.
her hand to you.
Yeah,
We
very
had
well
a-
met.
Yuri
This is
Knightsbane.
Nasira.
And I would give her like a very like kind of respectful nod and handshake because she's clearly has the countenance of a fierce like martial kind of person. So she would have my
Oh.
respect.
No, I have just thought about this, Yuri. That I grab her by the hand, like tenderly, like I'm sorry about this. We lost Onyx while we were out
Oh, I see. What happened?
because I know they were close. He saved my life, but perished in the afterfall.
His wife will be beside herself with grief.
Yes.
That's terrible, but
We
I'm,
managed to save the body so he can at least have a proper burial.
This is good. I think that would be proper. I know, or I'm pretty sure he would have wanted to have been buried within the walls of Candle.
With his wife and daughter, yes.
Did anyone else fall?
Hold on, I'm trying to think about who was with us when this happened.
Nova and Barrett.
Nova, they didn't know.
Yeah.
Right,
no,
right.
no,
I'm just thinking back through them.
Let's see. I'm trying to think who was with us when we first left on this. I don't think too many of them died, but a few left. From the original group, it's pretty much just me and Eldwin now.
I see. Well, I'm glad you two made it back. Says, Calathar will probably wish to speak with you.
Oh, he's back.
Oh yes, he came back actually a little while after you left.
Who is this?
I believe he's.
Oh, very good. You've told me of this one. A powerful ally.
Yes, no, I forgot to ask. We forgot to ask the ghosts at the temple if he had come back or not.
And he still owes you a favor, I believe.
Yes, he does actually. But yes, no, that's great. Last week saw Calathar. He got banished into a divine dimension, I believe.
Well, he returned.
Perhaps it was temporary magic.
Yeah, he returned. I think about a week ago.
The sly bastard.
Well, Yeah, he seems like he's doing all right. At least last I saw him, he was at the inn.
Okay. Well, we were going to drop by there as well. Again, I can't remember the fake name Davian uses, but I would ask if she knows if he returned a candle with Ellen.
I don't know if Ellen's was going by her real name or not either.
Ellen was going by her real name.
She was? Okay.
I remember that Ellen was the only name we were ever given to her.
Oh, well,
Okay.
last I had heard from them, they had gone back to Last Light.
That's what I was afraid of. I was worried maybe they hadn't returned back.
So,
After
yeah.
the newest.
I
Hmm.
don't know what happened to them. I haven't seen them for quite a while, actually.
I feel like maybe we can trust Yuri with this information. I will say this, Yuri.
We're inside, right? We're not like out on
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch
Is
of
it
other
just-
people around because you're standing in the middle of the city hall.
Perhaps we should confer
yeah,
with
yeah.
the mayor before we continue our relaying the events we know of.
Maybe, yeah, so less public area. I mean, we should go talk to the mayor and tell you about everything that happened.
Well, Amesley has been extremely busy with all that's been going on, but I'm sure he can make some time for you all. Let me go see what I can figure out about when he's free. If
Yep,
you want to
no
wait
problems.
here, that's fine. Otherwise, maybe you can come back later tonight and we can talk then, as I'm sure he'll be free by the evening.
No problem. We'll check the inn on Calathar and see if maybe, again, I can't remember Davian's fake name, and Ellen. Are
And
in
any
the inn.
other survivors from last night, yeah, we could talk to. Maybe get some clues about the attack.
Yeah, I'd say check the inn. I think most of the refugees are staying there.
Also, I was just kind of going back to the vehicle I was mentioning. That is outside the gate. I don't know if there's a way we can maybe open the gate for a second so we can pull it inside. Because we could get it inside by digging a tunnel, but that doesn't seem like a great idea either.
The gate's supposed to remain closed because we don't know if the enemy forces are still in the area. We can talk to the mayor about that, though.
Yep. So
For now, I'd try to put it someplace safe outside. Maybe one of the side caves.
we'll leave someone with it just to be safe.
She nods. All right, so what do you two want to do from here?
Probably reconvene with everybody else quickly.
All right. So a little while later, probably around 6 o'clock, Nathaniel gets back with the rest of the group, and they all are given entrance into Candle.
Did anyone stay with the ship, Uvlol, or?
Uvlol did, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll say you all meet up at the gate up here. So the party is reassembled.
Next stop, I
And
would.
so that would have just been who all would they have just brought back with them? We have the one knoll
Zokek,
and the
Scarlet, Seal, and Val.
Scarlet. That's right.
Not too many people, only like an
Yeah.
additional 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I don't think you had too many
Perhaps we
others.
should bring Seal, or not Seal, Scarlet with us
Oh.
when we have our audience with the mayor.
I'll say Seal stayed on the ship. Just
Oh,
because
okay.
That's
they-
probably a
they
good idea.
Yeah.
They want to ask questions and you can help
And that
defend
way,
it.
Uvlol would probably stay with the. Would Uvlol stay? I will ask you.
Uvlol
this
stayed on the
DM.
ship as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that way, he's got a bit of muscle with him as well. With Sil.
Yeah. Although I think that ship has more muscle than either of them, depending on how many buttons they've figured out at this point.
True.
Oh God, we've left the Chaos Demon alone with a bunch of buttons. We don't know what they do.
Yes.
But also a very educated and logical artificer, so.
Yeah, he's gonna have a nightmare.
Maybe he can win some.
Cancels out.
As we cut back to the troublemaker and the calm teacher trying to calm him down.
Onvia would start leading everybody towards Onyx's house
All right.
because think he has been there once.
Everyone, or
I would say that's where I'm going, and if anybody doesn't want to join, then they don't need to be.
would
So-
probably be the one carrying the body.
Val is.
Yeah.
Oh, we wouldn't have brought the body yet.
Oh, never mind.
We would have probably left it on the ship, so we're
yeah,
not just
and I think
carrying
we'll
a dead
probably
body.
take it straight to like the church or something when we bring it, not like leave it on.
Yeah.
Like we're not like
I think
here,
that-
carry your husband. you know.
So I'll say that Zokek, Scarlet, and Val are all kind of taking off. They're not.
We would
Um,
ask Scarlet to join us when we have our audience with the mayor.
Sure. She says, "I'll just be at the inn for now."
Sounds
Yes,
good.
we're gonna go down there later anyway, so we'll meet back up.
I'm gonna go look for Ellen.
Oh yeah, Scarlet knew Ellen, didn't
Oh,
they?
that's right. Yeah. So she might even find the last light people
Scarlet.
before we do.
Quick question before you head off. I can't remember if you told us this or not. Do you know if Ellen had the same ability as you, or was special in some way?
She seems a little nervous. She says, I don't think I should talk about that.
That's fair. I was just wondering
You
because
you
it
should
looks
ask
like
her about that.
the problem is she might have been kidnapped by the Steel Shadow.
What? Kidnapped?
She
you
was
sure?
in that. We're not 100% sure yet, but there is a chance she was one of the people in Last Light.
Scarlet suddenly seems very concerned. Says, I have to go look for her, and she's gonna run off.
Oh, so I think there's things she's still not telling us, and I'm hoping she will trust us at some point.
I shall keep an eye on her for now, Val says, and he's gonna follow her. And
Okay.
Zokek just
And
kinda
is
shrugs.
Zokek going with them as well? Zokek and Nathaniel are probably going to go
Uh,
drinking.
I was gonna say,
I will probably look for my people here and see what sort of settlement they've created.
I would have thought you would have wanted to let Onyx's family know about his death. But
Who?
I guess maybe
Oh, yes, that is unfortunate. You should let his family
like
know.
really close with him.
Zokek? No, he wasn't.
Oh, I thought you were Val.
No, Val.
Say-
No, Val went with Scarlet when she took off. I was thinking that Val was going to come with us, but just now when Scarlet ran off, Val's like, I'll keep an eye on her. And
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that was. He probably wasn't thinking about it. He just wanted to.
Sorry,
make sure
I was
she
just-
okay.
I
I
was just
thought you
running on a
said that
small
was
delay
No,
Val.
I mean, I
there.
thought about it when you said it, but it also makes sense that he might be like, the way she ran off really abruptly, he's like, oh, someone needs to keep an eye out, help
Yeah,
her out,
that's
you
fair.
know? Yeah, so that's good.
So yeah, Zokek will just say, good luck with that. He takes off as well.
And is Nathaniel coming with us or going to the inn?
I imagine it's probably just going to be the 4 active party
Okay.
members.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll stick with you if you want. Otherwise, he will just go to the inn.
Okay.
All right. So you go to the house, knock on the door. I don't think I ever got a picture of his wife. I think I do have her name somewhere.
Yeah, I
It's
know
like
we've met her
Brandy
once.
or he told us her name, Hannah. It was a
I think
simple
that was
name.
his daughter's name was Hannah.
Well, his daughter he called Bunny, but she did have another name. Yeah.
I think his wife's name was like Evelyn or something like that. But I might be very far off.
I feel like it was like it was just a classic simple name. Yeah. Not
Let
like
me see. I
funky
think I have
fantasy
his
name.
sheet here.
Oh, and we have
Uh,
the letter too, don't we? The last letter he wrote.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yes.
Give us the letter!
To be
Who
fair.
has it?
I think Val had it. Val, quickly!
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I think Val posted it in chat also.
Yeah, I believe so.
His wife's name is Quinn. Daughter's name is
Quinn.
Josie. So yeah,
What was his daughter's name?
Josie.
Josie. Okay.
So you would see Quinn open the door as you approach, and she walks out and says, "Where is that no good husband of mine? He's been gone for weeks."
Uh,
I just give her that look
and
of just like, I'm sorry.
LJ would give her a hug as he knows what death is like to a
No,
loved one.
This is probably not the person you hug.
Alright,
And still hugging.
as you go to hug her, she backs off a little, kind of understanding, and she gives you a solemn look for a moment, then turns around and just closes the door, going back inside her house.
Well,
Does she
that
have a does she have a mail slot? Can we give her the letter?
Yeah, she has a mailbox there.
Like, I mean,
It
did
would-
she close
yeah.
the door without like allowing
Yeah,
us to give it to her?
I would just kind of, if she full shut the
Oh,
door,
no
I'd
one
just kind of.
presented it to her.
Well, she
Yeah,
turned,
so-
we didn't know she was just going to turn around without asking any further questions.
Yeah, she definitely seemed upset, but
Oh.
she,
I would just kind of slit the note through the slot.
Yeah,
Alright.
kind of do it so that the little slot kind of makes a little clang, so she is aware that we just left or something. Like she probably hears it on the other side.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, she you don't know if she takes the letter, but she does like I
Right.
said, go back in the house and close the door. What do you want to do?
I guess we head to the hearth.
Yeah, until we hear when we can meet with the mayor.
Well,
They said tonight, so I'm assuming probably like.
Yeah. And then another thing we might like once we can meet with the mayor, like I think we do want to see if we can arrange to bring the ship in, and then we can lay to rest both Onyx's body and not lay to rest, but take to the chapel or wherever is appropriate, both Onyx's body and LJ's husband's body. And then we can plan it for the next day or two, whatever memorial service or services that we want to plan.
Speaking of which, shall we get along with that since we do have time?
If you'd like, I actually have a thing I could prepare.
Being
Completely out of character, but there is a spell called Ceremony that fully lets you actually do the whole divine part of burials and stuff like that. So I would need to
Well,
actually.
fucking
Yeah.
magic.
Well, I mean, yeah, you perform in a religious ceremony, but I don't know that there's
Yeah.
a particular. I don't think there's a
I don't
particular.
need to, but
like,
if you want me to do it as like
benefit-
a cleric,
Gotcha. Like it
Like,
can't become undead. It's like a preservation on the corpse.
Yeah. I touch, and for 7 days the target can't become undead.
I think you did that to Onyx too, didn't you?
No, that was Gentle Repose, which also stops them being undead, actually, but
Gotcha.
it also stops the body decaying at all
Gotcha.
for 10 days.
Okay.
I need to get his picture up.
All right, so
So,
you headed
I
to
can
the
also
Devil's
wed
Hearth?
people.
Was that where
Yes.
you're going next? All right.
The only thing I've ever used that spell for is for making holy water.
Yeah, I just love the effects of it.
Some of my characters have tried to convince other members of my party to like marry each other just for the 7-day buff, but no one's taken me up on it yet.
I also love that if someone's alignment has changed, you can make them, like, you could do an atonement to change it back.
Yeah.
All right. So when you get to the Devil's Hearth, you would see it looks like quite a bit of security there. There's a bunch of mercenaries out front. A couple of tents set up around the building. You're guessing because of some of the refugees. But
Oh.
the mercenaries would recognize several of you and allow you entrance. They say, "Welcome back, Grey Wanderers. You've missed quite the show. Everything's gone to hell in your absence."
Yes, we've heard. We're looking from. I guess we're just kind of looking for Davian and Ellen to see if they're around.
He says, "Sorry, I don't know who that is or who those people are, but
Oh no, I was just saying that as a thing. Like, I am looking around to see if I can see them.
As we're like after we've been admitted and we're kind of like walking in and people are acknowledging like Anvir and Eldwin and stuff, like I'll say something like, "It is fitting that my companions have respect in this place. This is a good sign, yes."
Oh, we've helped them out a lot. Oh, Calathar was here as well, so I'm looking for Calathar.
Kevlar.
Calathar.
Caviar.
Yes, I'm looking for some caviar. Yeah, so I'm just looking around to see if I can see Calathar, Davian, or Ellen.
Does it
you,
seem? Go ahead, sorry.
You don't see Davian or Ellen. You do see Calathar, though. You recognize him sitting at a table by himself, having a drink. Not sure-
Alpha!
He looks up, a bit of worry in his eyes. He says, I know that voice.
Do you two have a history of some sort?
We saved him, and he still owes us a debt, and I don't think he's happy about that.
I wouldn't be
says-
either.
Owe you a debt?
He's also...
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
He says,
I said my
was
thing, kid.
banished to
yeah.
some sort of hell dimension. I think my debt has been paid. He takes a sip of his wine.
Didn't you go to the divine plane?
He says, well, that isn't exactly what happened.
What happened?
I'm sorry, hell dimension? What?
I was under the impression you had gone through the divine gates. What happened to you?
And he says, well, what do you remember about what we had experienced?
Last time we saw you, you were dispelling a door, and then you vanished.
He says, yes, well, that door must have had some kind of magic protection on it, because I ended up in some other dimension or other world with evil demons attacking me.
Evil demons? That's weird. The ghosts of that temple said that you had gone to a Heronius area, I believe.
He says, well, they were lying. Either that or they didn't know where I actually went. He says it was chaos, and I only barely managed to make it back out. He says, I'm glad to see you all accomplished your missions, though.
Just out of curiosity, can I tell if he's lying just to get out if he's dead or not?
You can give me an insight check.
I'm just curious. I don't think he is, but it would be funny if he was.
I don't have. Oh!
You don't think he's lying.
Okay. Well, yes, if you suffered that much, then I don't mind saying your debt's cleared, Calathar. Although I do hope you still want to be our friend. You are a good person. And we've had a long time together now.
Well, I came back here, didn't I? I figured we would find each other at some point. He says, I don't really have a place to go anymore. I found out a little bit about my home, and that my lair as well as my mate are missing. So at this point, I don't know
Oh.
what to do. So I came back here.
If danger had shown itself near to your lair, would you know of a safe place that your mate might have traveled to, or is it out of her character to go missing like this?
Well,
Or
it's
out of their
definitely
character.
out of character for her to go missing. And no, we don't really have a safe fallback point, unfortunately. So, I don't know. I have to figure out what to do next. I figured the best place to go might be someplace safe and friendly. So I came back here.
Well, definitely friendly. Not sure about that first point right now.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that as it seems that someone has it out for your little community. He says, but they haven't made their way in yet, so at least for now it's secure.
I am partially worried the reason that they haven't come back is because they already got what they wanted.
He says, what were they looking for? Do you know? Now kind of arching his eyebrow a little.
He
Perhaps
met Davian. He was there. Yes, Davian and
we
Ellen
should
have
bring
got
this one with us to our audience with the mayor, so we need not tell our tales multiple times.
Yes. Would you like to maybe join us when we go to the mayor and you can hear all about the journey?
I don't know, maybe. You could just tell me in private later. I don't really want to go to town hall. I'm trying to keep myself incognito a bit.
It might
enough.
do you well to be associated with these, as these seem to be respected here, and it may give you a additional
freedoms or favors or
He says,
respect.
I'm not really looking for that. I just know that usually humans who find out my true identity or what I am are not too happy that I'm around.
Oh yeah, we haven't really mentioned what you are to them yet.
Well,
This group has strange companions on the regular, and therefore you might go even more unnoticed as one of us.
Yeah, so Calathar here is actually an ancient green dragon.
I was just
I'm sorry,
assuming that you had
what?
already shared that and that you're not announcing that in the middle of the crowded inn.
I'm not like yelling this out, but I think that's quite a common knowledge.
I assume that like we had
it's-
talked about it in the shipboard
I would have
on
like,
travels.
yeah, so are you saying that out loud?
I wouldn't be yelling this out.
Okay, so
Oh.
you already told them that then.
Yeah, I probably would have told them on the way, like when Yuri was telling us about Calathar. I probably would have been like,
We
oh
had
yeah, by the way, is an ancient green dragon, so maybe don't piss them off.
I'm sorry, what?
that's the
Uh,
reaction I was trying to avoid in the middle of the inn.
Yeah.
For Calistar's sake. It's a Calistar's.
So we can say you
Calistar's
probably haven't told them yet, because there'd be no reason to.
True.
Well, we had a couple little campfire sessions where the older players told all of the new players like everything that happened. I mean,
Yeah,
that hasn't
true.
happened
I
since
doubt we would have
Zero
mentioned
Point, but
Calathar,
we were also stuck on his ship for a long journey. So
oh, it was only
Uh,
like a day's journey.
yeah, but like when you're sitting around for a day, you probably catch people up. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe he says if you want to tell them about me, that's fine, but I would ask that you not do it here.
That's fine. I'll let them know when we're moving out next.
He says,
But-
I have a room upstairs if you wish to get in touch with me. He gives you his room number. He says, just stop by if you wish to speak. I've, as I said, mostly been hiding out here, using my considerable funds from what was left in my lair to support myself in your settlement.
What's the like kind of, I guess, quality of life in this settlement? Like, I mean, like if there's a bunch of refugees, is like the inn's overcrowded and like.
Well, it was bustling and doing very well until these attacks. Now it's okay, but all the caravans have been disrupted. So there's a lot of people kind of camped out near the inn temporarily. It's not like there's like a bunch of squalor and people dying in the streets or anything, but it's probably gone downhill a little because of the attacks.
Also, if you're worried about where to lodge in this era, we actually have a group home that we bought. So
I'm sorry, y'all have home?
yes, it's called the Grey Manor.
Once again, that goes back. Who named you? It seems like a very stupid name. A million things could have been better.
It kind of just got grandfathered in.
By who? The DM?
Ice.
No, because there were still members until Onyx passed. There were still members of this group who had selected the name. So, until
Actually, no, that was it was. We never
players. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
I
sorry,
meant
I'm not even
players.
saying that. I'm not even saying that. What I'm gonna say is, actually, nah, this name is from the last campaign, and we just never changed it. I have no idea why it's called that.
Trey was in that campaign.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I meant by I meant to say Trey, not Onyx. Yeah. So that was an out of
yeah.
character comment. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it's a nicer sounding name in my opinion than some of the weird group names we come up with, but
Well, what do you want to do?
Probably try and find Scarlet. We're probably just
Calathar
killing.
Goes back
yeah, we're
to
just
his
waiting
drink.
to hear from Yuri. Yeah.
Wait
Alright.
until it gets like to a time we would consider a reasonable time to go back, or until we hear something.
So, if you continue looking around, you would find Scarlet. She is actually upstairs with one of the refugees, with Val as well, and she's talking to them when you get there. She sees the group and kind of nods to you and says, they don't know what happened to Ellen or James. From what I'm hearing, they may have been captured.
James, that's what it was.
I said David.
Well, his actual name does start with a D.
Yes, that kind of increases my fears a little bit.
She nods and says, I'm worried too. If they were captured, who's to say what happened to them? It could be back at the Empire by now.
Yes, the battle was at least 2 days old at last light.
The person that's in here that she's talking to, I would like to just ask them if they saw what made the holes at all, or if they know anyone that might have.
I'm sorry, I was inside when it happened, and I snuck out the back. Most of those who escaped did, or they were already in the tunnels. You could ask around, but I don't know if anyone saw exactly how they came in.
What time of day did the attack occur?
It was during nightfall.
So there were
eve.
no workers in the field to observe those being
No.
made.
No.
Interesting.
But yeah, there might be some refugees from last light that saw something. I just don't know of any. You'd have to ask around.
So, yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to ask that guy.
Yeah.
All right. So Scarlet.
I would. Yep, sorry.
Scarlet is going to just seem a bit upset and say, "What do we do?"
We continue to look around, and we'll talk to the mayor when he has some time later tonight.
It won't hurt to speak with any other survivors of the
Yes, I was
last
gonna
light
say.
attack. Even if they've seen nothing, perhaps one of them has some tidbits that will be useful.
Yes,
There might
Scarlet.
be someone else. She would look to one of. Well, she would look to the survivor and say, "Do you know of someone called Mirren?" And the girl would just shake her head, and she sighs and says, "Maybe she wasn't with them then."
Do we know that name at all?
I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell to you.
I remember an M name, but that might just be a different one.
She says, Mirren is someone else who, when I last saw them, was in the area. Someone who, well, I guess I can say who was like me. There were 3 of us, Ellen, Mirren, and myself.
So Ellen more than likely was the target of this attack.
She nods.
But if Ellen did not return to Kendall after the last light attack, why then did they also attack last light? If they acquired her in the last light attack, why then did they also come and attack Kendall?
Maybe
they
to
were looking
mask it.
Maybe they were looking for Mirren.
I
don't
feel
know,
like maybe.
And I believe the guard at the gate indicated that other farms were attacked as well.
Yeah, I think he said several of the communities, Val would answer. At least that's what I heard them talking about when I got back from the ship.
It's possible Miriam was in this. Miriam, did you say? What was that? Now I'm
Miriam?
getting confused.
Mirren.
Yeah, I thought you said Miriam just now. AJ.
Yeah, that's what
I think I did purely because that's your name, and now I can't even remember what the original name.
I think it's Mirren.
Mirren.
Mirin.
Like
Yeah,
E-N?
maybe this.
M-I-R-R-E-N maybe?
I feel like-
M-I-R-I-N, Mirren.
Okay, just one R.
I feel like I do remember. This could be a false memory, but I feel like I do remember Davian mentioning that they had escaped with another person.
Maybe.
Well, he was probably speaking of Mirren, she says then. She, like me and Ellen, can read ley lines of magic. We were all being held by the family.
So at this point, there's a chance they have 2 of the 3 of you.
She says, "I hope not, but it's very possible." Although, like I think you said, they might have attacked Candle because they thought Mirren was here.
Scarlet, I do
But
hate
I believe they
push.
did not. The guard indicated that they fought them off, correct? They did not breach the
Yes.
gates of Campbell? Okay.
Yeah, that's what the
I-
guard had said.
I do hate to ask this again, Scarlet, since you seem so apprehensive to answer last time. But the information does seem more pertinent now. Would you mind telling us the name of this family?
Give me
'Cause they could be-
a persuasion check.
I will spend a story point.
Okay.
Don't want to fail this much now, do you?
19.
He seems apprehensive, but she says, I guess at this point it would be dangerous to withhold information. The family was the Foxhearts.
And do you know why they wanted this ability?
She says, that I don't know for sure. It had something to do with the cataclysm, I believe.
Yes, I actually think you did mention that.
And actually, you might know that Davian's last name is Foxheart,
Oh,
because I think he
that's
told you.
right. Yes, he has told us that. I knew his name. I do. The second
is
you
this-
said that,
What is this family you were asking her about?
The ones who had taken her and her
captured them.
sisters.
Okay.
Not really captured, but like...
Wait, these are her sisters? Mirren and Ellen are her sisters?
well, sisters and like friends type of
Okay,
deal.
gotcha. Okay.
Possible sisters, who knows? But she hasn't said they're actual blood sisters.
like sisters in arms kind of thing.
Yeah, but so she didn't say they had taken them prisoner, more that they had kind of adopted them, but were kind of using them, is how she kind of made it out.
More of an
Kinda-
abusive family than a, like slavers.
Kind of prisoners, but not fully.
So it was Davian's family.
Yes, he gave up a lot to help us be free of them.
Well, that makes sense why he was hiding himself so much now.
And she nods and says, I didn't want to reveal that because I wasn't sure how you'd feel about his family or how you'd feel about him if you knew.
Blood doesn't make the person.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, because he is a good soul. But, yes, he could be in trouble if he was at Last Light. He may have been captured as well.
Definitely seems that way.
As I said, though, I'm not sure what happened to Mirren. Her location, when last I had seen them, Mirren was living at Last Light along with Davian and Ellen. So I'm kind of surprised that you all didn't meet her, if you met those two.
What did she look like? Maybe we saw them, but they were using a fake name or just never introduced.
She was a short girl, red hair. Probably about 5'4", red hair. Young like myself and Ellen.
That doesn't sound like anyone we've met, does it?
No, you don't recognize the description.
No, that's definitely no one I've really noticed before.
She says, well, I hope she's okay. Maybe she's somewhere in the city and we'll find her given time.
Well, how about me and you keep asking some of these people about what they saw while we wait for information from Town Hall?
She would nod. Alright, so what does everyone want to do? Just kind of wait till it's later? Ask around?
Yeah. I think that's the general vibe, unless anyone wants to do anything else.
You could do some investigating or perception if you're, or not perception, persuasion if you're trying to ask around about something in something specifically.
I'll assist with this.
I am equally as bad in each. Sorry.
Oh well, I can lead the quest, like, or at least this. I don't know.
I mean, we have to roll separately, either one. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
So
you can
I'll
use
I'll
either
work.
of those.
I'll work with him on it. Yeah. You said
I'll
perception
persuade.
or persuasion or both.
Investigation or persuasion.
I'll use persuasion. Why not?
I am not trying to do anything just yet.
Maybe
I
Leo's
immediately
having a
scare
drink.
everyone away.
All right.
They're like, "Oh
so
God, bloody Bible thumper!"
Nasira is. What are you trying to figure out?
I'm walking around with Anvir and Scarlet in we're just kind of asking
What
for
made the holes and
who are refugees, like have them kind of pointed out to us, and then
Oh,
we'll kind of
about the
approach
attack?
them. Yeah, and just kind of approach each of the people that are identified as refugees and just ask them to tell us what they remember, like if they saw anyone, if they saw the holes, just the basic questions that we've asked the first girl that Scarlet was interviewing.
So one woman you come upon, an older woman, who somehow made it out, would tell you that she heard a crash, and when she looked outside her window, a large purple creature had come smashing through the ground.
Oh, purple worms.
Uh,
Oh no!
see, and I thought when we were examining the holes that they looked more jagged and cut, but I guess these are more
No, they
natural
were
after all.
magical.
Oh, okay.
Well, from what Nathaniel said, it did sound
Yeah.
more like magic or something that wasn't natural, which would be at odds with the purple worm.
So our ship may still be unique. After all.
Yeah, it sounds like some great beast may have made the holes, from what this old lady is saying. Which
Is she,
would be
is she a
very
Is
strange.
she a gossipy sort? Does she want to just keep rambling and tell us more?
So, if you, I mean, she's just an old lady. That's probably
Okay.
all you'd get for her.
About all she's got, yeah.
value. She
All right.
basically she would tell you that like her granddaughter who was with her helped her get out really quick, and they made their way to the caves heading south before the soldiers found them.
I'll signal the bar wench to like refill her goblet or
Hey.
whatever, and thank her.
No worries. I'm actually very thankful for you all helping us the first place. I was one of the people you saved from that group that was going to be sent over to the Knoll camp. So I owe you all. I remember you from that day. Or at least this one, he points to Anvir.
I think
I'm
Eldwin's with
glad
us.
we could help.
yeah.
Oh, well, yes. Like I said, I probably wouldn't still be alive if some Knoll camp took me. I don't have the strength to dig or whatever they wanted us to do.
Okay. March to even get where they were going. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I'm happy to help you in any way I can. I'm just sad that my poor little settlement got attacked twice in several weeks. Just finally got those walls built, and what do? They tunnel through our fields. Bastards. And she would happily drink the beer that you got her.
Yeah. How much do I owe?
It could just be part of downtime expenses.
All right.
So time is passing. It's getting a little bit later. Was Leo doing anything? Just drinking?
Yeah, just drinking, honestly.
Maybe gambling with some people?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he's just enjoying being back in civilization. He probably has been to the Devil's Hearth a bunch since he lived here for quite a while.
About a year. Year or
Yeah.
two.
So let's see. It's getting later. Why don't we do a break? Because I need to use the restroom, and we're past halfway
Okay.
anyway. I'm guessing Will is not going to join us tonight, so we can just do some
It's
more
looking that
RP.
way. If Yuri doesn't come for us, then let's just head back to the town hall now after break.
All right, and yeah, hopefully next week we have all 5 of you. But anyway, I'll be right back.
At some point, I could scry on Davian and that.
Yeah, that's not about it. Or I wonder if you would be able to, based on Scarlett's description, attempt something for Mirren as well. I'm not sure exactly how that works since you've not met her. But just in case they're
You can scry on somebody you've never met, but they have a +5 to the save.
I see. I don't know. I was just thinking, like, if any one of them is still in the settlement, like, it might not be a bad idea to try and search for all of them because they may be separated. You know.
I do need to buy a focus worth 1,000 gold though to use that.
Well, you'll probably have to find Elder who's just gambling and drinking in the bar.
Actually, there's a point. I guess my Amulet of the Devout would probably be worth a better grand.
Oh, you don't want to sell that. It gives
I
you
don't
an
need to
extra
sell
channel
it.
divinity.
It just says I need an arcane focus
Oh,
worth at least
gotcha,
$1,000 to
Okay,
cast the
gotcha.
spell.
It doesn't say anything
it's not-
about taking it.
No. It's
No, it
just
doesn't
I
mention
need
it, that's what
something
you-
to harness that power for scrying.
Yeah. Oh. Fucking
I
magic.
Yeah, just
imagine-
confirm that. Just confirm that with Lou, since it is a cost value spell. But like, yeah, he might say that's fine.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that is your-
imagine.
that is your focus. So,
Yeah, because technically I have 2 focuses, which is weird.
well, you probably had one before you got the amulet.
Well, no, because I have the staff. I wield 2 amulets at once, like focuses at once. Weirdly, I wield the
That's
staff.
yeah, no, that's happened to some of my characters as well.
Yeah, because I have
As
my
you- as
staff
you
and my
gain-
amulet.
As you gain fancy items, or if you're multi-classed, like some of my characters have both like a druidic focus and an arcane focus.
Yeah, I think technically one's not considered because like it's weird. I think they're both considered focuses, but like I don't need to cast spells exclusively through them to get the bonuses, so I can wear both.
Totally don't have me playing Rizzo 101 in the background.
God damn it.
While all that's happening. Totally not doing that.
Yeah, so like with the holy symbol, I just need to wear it. Yeah, because it's technically not an arcane focus.
But you can use it
Yeah,
as an
but-
arcane focus. So yeah, just check in with Lou, and that might work out just fine.
Yeah. Worst case, I also have the Warcaster's staff, which is a focus, I imagine.
Is a focus. Nice.
But I'll confirm with Lou and that. I am so keen to buy some things. Like I'm going to buy every material component I can think of.
Yeah, you probably want to get Elder since he still has the 1 day bag holding left.
Well, that's why we dumped everything at the ship.
Oh shit, I need to update that then.
You said you were doing that already.
I didn't even
we
show I
updated the-
did that.
We moved to the coin.
Yeah, I did.
We moved to the coins.
I
That was
moved
the only
everything.
thing. Yeah.
Maybe it's a thing of
Oh, did you? Okay, gotcha.
I just need to
Yeah.
make sure I did it.
Oh, good. Yeah, because like, oh man, I've been wanting to use Summon Celestial for so long,
Okay. So
but I
we ha-
haven't been able to because you need a reliquary worth 500 gold.
I mean, we do have 17,000 gold, mainly due to the platinum bars, which is what
Yeah,
1,000,
really?
Well, that's-
1,000 GP each.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be able to equip ourselves with whatever adventuring gear we need, and buy some components, buy some gems, buy some. Yeah, but like,
I also want to talk to Lou about creating magical items and how that works with downtime.
We also
Well-
probably need to buy rations because I don't think we'll.
well, we need we need crafters of the appropriate type for the magic item. So like leather worker, a smith, herbalists
I
or
think it's-
alchemists for potions. It depends on the item you're trying to create, but you need someone with the ability.
or you need to hire someone with the ability, and then you need to provide the material components, and then there's roles involved, and then there's of course the time components.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk
Yeah.
to him about it, just to see like how feasible that is and everything like that.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't still have Onyx.
Because like feasibly, I do have like the kind of spells that would be needed to like. Yeah, you know, I'm just trying to figure out like what the best way to do
The
that
kind of
was.
spells that would be needed for what?
Like what would be needed to create these specific kinds of magical items and stuff
It'd
like that.
probably
Like, I
be
mainly just want
cheaper-
to try and upgrade my armor into plus.
Probably be cheaper just to train yourself and then do
I
it.
don't think it's a matter of specific spells.
Well, yeah, no, but like I'm just trying to think of what the best way to do that.
The
would
only
be.
characters, like I've made scrolls on different characters, but the only characters that I've seen, and that doesn't mean they're the only ones that can, but the only ones I've seen make magic items are artificers, and occasionally, like if there's like someone with smith's tools and it's like you're making a weapon or a piece of armor or something, and you're also an arcanist, or you have an arcanist like enchanting the piece with you, but it takes weeks of downtime.
Oh yeah.
And then I've seen alchemists or herbalists or artificers do potions.
What enchanted armor do I have? Mithril. What's Mithril do again? Is that-
Just
Mithril
doesn't give
is
you-
half
just
weight
doesn't-
and no disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage on stealth. That's pretty much the only bonus because it's like, oh yeah, 75% weight for most things that are masterwork anyway, so that's like an additional 25% off.
Yeah, it's still not bad, especially for someone who can carry however much I can carry.
A lot.
A lot. I do have 20 strength.
What do we say? 10 times or something like that, so 200 pounds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
God, threw everything for a loop when we went to Last Light, and it's just like, yeah, this town has been fucked.
Yeah.
Just
I
there,
don't-
like, what?
Question is, how much would LJ know about Last Light?
Well, if you lived in Candle, I imagine you would know about it because it's like their main farming town.
Well, to be fair, from what we're going on now, LJ was a lumberjack, and his husband, as I put in the backstory, would be a hunter, like an animal hunter.
Mhm.
So, I don't know.
I'm just gonna be right back.
Probably not LJ who heard of it. Probably her husband did. The question is, what is LJ gonna return to?
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. Anvir went to go do something, and I don't think Mary's here.
I'm here. I
Oh.
never left.
I thought you said you left.
I guess we'll wait for Unveer.
Overturned.
Welcome back.
Alright, welcome back. So later in the evening, you're going to town hall, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And we'd like to take Kalthar and Scarlet with us.
You probably
Oh,
also
Kalathar said he wouldn't.
He said he wouldn't? Oh.
Well, he
Probably
said
have
he'd
to-
rather not go,
Oh, okay.
but Scarlet's happy to go.
you probably have to drag LJ along. Probably get him away from his drinking.
LJ, come with us. You're part of this group now.
I am. Okay, mate.
Alright, so you return to town hall, which you will find Yuri is waiting there later on in the evening, along with Amesley. He is happy to see you all. He says, I'm sorry I couldn't speak with you earlier. Things have been a bit crazy around here.
Yes, we've noticed.
He says, I'm assuming you don't know anything about these attackers or what they're here for.
Actually,
Well,
Well, yes and no, honestly.
yes and no. We know we have a pretty good idea
we have
what they came for.
suspicions.
Does this have anything to do with the cultists?
No, those have been dealt with.
Hmm.
As far as
Although-
we know.
Although some wires did get crossed.
Well, why don't you tell me what happened with the cultists first, then we can talk more about what you know of these newest attacks.
That sounds fair.
And you don't have to recap it. Is there anything you're not going to tell them about your story?
No, I think we pretty much share everything. Like
Just
tell
lay
them
it
about
all
Scar,
out.
tell them about Scarlet and everything, and like how we probably. I don't know if we mentioned the specific power or the reason that they wanted them, but we probably mentioned that, you know, there were these girls that ran away from the Foxheart family, and they seem to be trying to kidnap them back.
Are you going to tell him about Davian?
I think we will mention that he helped them escape, but we won't.
We will
mention
use.
that-
Let's
we-
use the James
We
name.
would,
though.
yeah, we probably wouldn't mention Davian Foxheart. We'd probably just mention him as James and not mention the relation to the family.
Alright, give me intelligence or performance. If you want to kind of embellish a little on what happened.
Oh, we're embellishing. Okay.
Well, if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
sure.
the skill you're wanting?
Intelligence or
Intelligence.
performance.
Yeah, or performance.
You know, sure. I'll throw my hat in the ring, given though it's probably gonna be shit.
Yeah, this is not a this is not a good idea for Nasira either.
Yeah, I didn't roll great.
You sure? Because Nasira's rolled the highest. Oh wait,
I
yeah, that's
I haven't rolled
persuasion.
yet.
That's a different one.
Alright, so you attempt to kind of recount what happened, putting a bit of embellishment on it. He
I think the
listens.
only thing we didn't tell the truth or withheld was James's real name. So that if
And
that's
the
an
thing
embellishment.
about them seeing ley lines.
The embellishment would have
what
been...
they're wanted for. I see. I thought we were going to share that. I didn't realize we were withholding that. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Like
he said...
I thought that was why we brought Scarlet along, was like because we thought that her
I had
friends
brought
might
her
have been the
around
target.
as
Yeah.
like, yes, this is one of the people. She knows Evelyn. There is possibly another person targeted, but I
So do
didn't
you
mention
wanna,
the ley lines.
Do you want to tell him about the ley lines or not mention it?
I think, yeah, may as well at this point. It's probably best that he knows the full picture. We just won't mention the Davian. We'll just call him James in this particular picture.
I'm probably not talking much.
Alright, so he listens intently, nodding. He says, that's quite the tale. So, do we know why these Knolls originally kidnapped Scarlet here? From,
I think that was just fans. I think they just happened to have gotten Scarlet when they were capturing people.
Says, well, from what she told me, they brought her pretty far out of the way into their lair. Sounds like if they just wanted her for a slave, wouldn't she have just been kept with the slaves somewhere?
Oh, now that I think about it, there were some people from Last Light, I think, that were on our ship as well.
Well,
I think we found like 6 people that were slaves from Last Light, didn't we? With Calyx and that.
Oh, maybe.
I didn't remember that.
I know we found 6 human survivors at one point.
They were, yeah, they
possible.
were in a room with Calyx. I didn't remember them being from Last Light, but I do remember us finding, and I didn't remember it being 6, but I thought it was a couple or a few.
It was a few people, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were from Last Light, at least not.
But if you remember a number, then that might be because there was a number, you know? I just didn't remember how many.
Maybe they're not from Last Light. I might be misremembering that. I just remember there were definitely human prisoners there.
So Rowan kind of takes this all in, looks to Yuri, and says, it sounds like there's something amiss here. All these attacks might be somehow related to these girls. If a noble family from the homeland is looking for them this hard, then I don't know. Yuri says, well, we've held back whoever these attackers are for now. I think we can continue to do so unless, well, if the story, and you told them about the purple worm, right?
Yes, we would say that some old lady said there was a purple worm, but the weird contradictory thing is, like, the holes look like they were made by magic from us.
He says, if they are able to burrow in here, then our wall would be useless. But we also do have a much larger defensive force than Last Light does. Nothing's ever simple, he says. I might have to inquire from some of my old friends within the capital if I can get a messenger out. But it's not going to be possible until we make sure the caves are clear. As well, I thank you for all you've done. You certainly have kept your word to help us deal with these cultists. It sounds like, even though you didn't directly deal with them, you helped bring about their downfall.
So I know we killed at least a couple of their leaders, but...
Did he offer you a reward for that?
There was a reward. I have no idea how much it was. I believe it was like maybe 250 gold each or something.
Alright, so...
I mean, that was like level 2 or something, wasn't it? It's like...
4.
Okay.
It was a while ago. So, he will give the party, I'll say 4,000 gold pieces payment for
Oh,
all
wow.
you've done, because it ended up being a lot more involved. He
We'll
says
put that in the
this,
party treasury. Make
yeah,
it up to an even 21.
This should cover your expenses,
Where is it? There it is. Says 4,000 gold.
however
Yep.
you wish to split it among your people. But I thank you, as I said. If you find out more about these attackers, please let me know. We're going to stay vigilant, and hopefully we can start bringing in caravans again. I'm hoping that this attack is not going to turn into a siege.
There was one more girl that we're not 100% sure where she is.
Yes, my sister Mirren, Scarlet would say. Says, well, if you can locate her, that might bring some more information about what's going on.
If we wait until tomorrow, Scarlet, with the information you've given me, I could potentially try and scry on her.
Alright, maybe that'll work then.
That would be a question for you, though, DM. Is my amulet or the staff a focus worth 1,000 gold?
For what?
For scrying, because scrying needs a focus worth at least 1,000 gold.
Your normal amulet?
Yeah, because I don't know
No,
if it
probably
says...
not. I think you need a
Oh no,
specific
I haven't.
thing.
Maybe hold on. I'll have a quick look at it. I saw that it said a focus worth 1,000 gold, and I assumed it just meant any arcane focus, but
I think
I'll have
it
a quick
says a
look.
crystal ball or silver mirror is what it asks for, so you might have to purchase that.
That's all good. I just wanted to clarify that either way.
So do you have any questions for me or anything else I can help you all with? I assume you'll have other business to attend to now.
Yes, I think that might be. Unless there's anything you guys can think of, I can't think of anything specific to bring up or ask.
No, not much.
Says it's good to meet the new members of your group. The Grey Wanderers have been quite a boon to our little community, so I'm glad that you all decided to join them.
Oh, hi, my name's OG, by the way.
He says, you seem familiar to me. Do I know you from somewhere?
Nah, maybe you probably seen me around. I was the Wumberjack. My husband was a hunter.
Yes, maybe I knew one of you. As I said, you seem very familiar. There aren't all that many elves in this settlement, so we may have crossed paths before. I know I have not seen you before, Sierra.
No, I have. Well, I came to Candleholm briefly in search of someone, and followed that lead on from here. I was here only a couple days. Yeah.
You can mention the name if you want to, Siri. He does know this person.
Well, it was not Faustus that I sought, but it was in Candleholm that I learned that a Yuan-ti traveled with your
True. I forgot that it turned out not to be Faustus Sierra.
Says, well, we don't see many of your kind around here, so I'm
This
sure
is why I hoped that following
Would
that
he-
lead might lead me, but
Just as a quick little thing, would he realize what she is?
It seems like he knows what she is, yeah.
Oh, ooh.
Fair enough.
well, I
He's
don't think
been around.
It wasn't a secret, was it?
No, it's not that it's a secret. It's just like you and T look very human. It's hard to, and you're a very
Well,
covered up person, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, so my eyes are distinct, and some Yuan-ti do have other distinctions that are not quite human looking. They could have weird noses or tongues or other things. We don't know if Nasiera does.
Yeah, I assumed your eyes, you had said, were pretty easy.
Very
yeah,
nice.
they're definitely like the serpent, like almond shape, elliptical shape. Yeah.
Says, well, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Now that you have your money, if you wish to stay around here, I know you have your home here as well. It would be good to have more mercenaries in case a fight breaks out.
Yes, I think we'll for the time being at least be staying in town until we figure out what the next leg is going to be. Maybe eventually going to the Darrock Empire potentially at some point to save Ellen if we need to.
I think we should also discuss perhaps bringing our ship inside the walls this evening.
yes.
Until we...
Yura, you were saying this time would probably be the better time to bring up the fact that we do have a large ship that we would probably want to open the gates for to get inside.
A ship? Like a carriage?
Bigger.
It is a weird vessel that we had. It's a magic-powered vessel we found that can dig through stone.
Interesting. Yeah, we can make an appointment to have our people defending the walls while we bring it in.
Oh, good.
Perhaps tomorrow near evening time.
That should work fine.
All
I'd
right.
rather not leave it alone this evening.
It's not alone.
True.
Uvrol and Soul are in it.
Actually, now that we have learned that the holes in Last Light were most likely not caused by similar machinery, perhaps it is less dangerous to leave it in its cave with its current guardians. So I was more nervous when I thought there might be more such machines and others who knew of them and how to work them.
Sure.
Well, I am a
It's-
little nervous as to how they had a purple worm dig through and it didn't eat them. I didn't know that
Perhaps
was
more
even
than one.
possible.
And it's also there's also the point that when we looked at the holes, they were completely smooth, no jaggedness whatsoever.
Maybe some kind of an illusion, Yuri would say. This
It's
is
possible it
possibly.
was. It's possible
the-
it was one of these
The
ships. and they
worm wasn't a.
had-
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
it could have been some kind of huge illusion.
Well, from what I know, Yuri says purple worms don't dig smoothly. They make quite jagged markings.
Does our ship dig smoothly?
Yes, very.
Oh, I
Oh.
honestly, I would appreciate that we could send someone, one of us could return to the ship tonight to notify our allies that are watching it to bring it to the gate, and that your men might allow us entry this evening. I'm
No,
nervous.
no, she's saying tomorrow evening.
I know. I'm asking her to do it tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could.
Uh,
There is also the point that we could dig it up under the wall, but there's also the thing that
But
could
we
be a
no,
hole.
we don't
Yeah.
want to leave holes. That's the
Yeah,
whole
no,
reason
I'm
we've
saying
left
that.
it outside. Yeah.
Yuri thinks. She says, "Well, I don't know if wheeling the ship through the middle of the town, now that I think about it, is a good idea. Wouldn't that let a lot of people know about the ship?"
We
Do
could.
we have concerns about that? I was actually just thinking of leaving it just inside one of the gates, but
We could. Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Like,
it is
I was
pretty
thinking,
safe
like,
out there.
park
Uvlo
it here.
usually just. Uvlo usually manages to like bury himself under the ground a little bit to rest in there anyway to keep it safe.
all right.
Yuri
Alright.
says, "Oh, there are those side caves on the east end of the colony. If they dug into there and we just collapse the cave behind them, that might be a good place to hide it." Rowan
Yeah, we could
says,
probably do that.
All right.
That might be a better idea rather than bringing it through the middle of the city."
I didn't intend to bring it through the city. I was just thinking we were just going to park it like inside one of the gates. Like,
Well,
but it would be visible to,
if our
everyone
enemies have
inside.
spies within the city, which I'm guessing
Oh.
they do, I wouldn't want them to know about your ship, Rowan says.
Interesting.
Let me know if you have any particular suspects, because I can make it very hard for people to lie if you wish to question anybody.
He says,
Fucking-
"No, as of now, I don't. But it's so. I mean, in this sort of situation, I would almost guarantee they sent people ahead to. I mean, we've been letting people in with the caravan, so there's no reason they couldn't have gotten people inside before their attack."
I had actually, weirdly enough, gotten wind a little bit about this before we had left Candle.
How so?
There were some caravans that had brought up the fact that the Steel Shadow had been pushing into this region fairly deeply.
Mm.
He says, "Yeah, I had heard rumors similar to that. So they may have been setting up posts much earlier than the actual attacks."
It seems like it was lying in wait for a bit.
But Yuri can show you where these caves are, and that could be a good docking place for your ship to use whenever you wish to bring it to a safe location.
That'd be fabulous.
You can collapse the tunnels behind you, yes?
That should be easy enough, especially if he aims for particular areas.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. So yeah, Yuri will set that up with you, and you can bring it here tonight. And she nods and says, "All right, let's do that now then. Get that out of the way." So, anything else you want to talk to the mayor about before you leave?
I think that's roughly it. Was it any of the other settlements? You said it was all the settlements?
Well, Last Light was hit. The other one, High Guard, I had our people evacuate for the time being. Those are the two closest ones. There are some other outlying farming communities, but we had them kind of pull back as well. From what I heard, High Guard and the farming communities were not hit, though. It was just Candle and Last Light.
It's possible they know exactly where to go.
Yeah, it sounds like they're looking for something in particular. And if what you told me about these women is true, then that would make a lot of sense.
I think that's about it.
All right, so Yuri will take you out into the southeast of here, into some side caves over here. And she would kind of basically show you a couple of small cave areas that you could dig into that currently are kind of tunneled out, as if they may have been planning to build stuff back here, but just never got around to it. She says this is kind of close to the Grey Manor.
Yeah, it's not too far
actually,
away.
She says, now that I think about it, I think there's one closer to the Grey Manor.
Oh, did you refresh the map?
Did I?
Or is
It
it me
did
again?
refresh for a second. It went to like
Yeah.
to be continued and came
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Each time you change the map, I have to refresh. I never it just it just says loading for forever.
Yeah, you have to
Refresh.
refresh then. Alright, so yeah, she would take you to a cave actually fairly close to the Grey Manor, and she says this might be a better location, and it can be near your home.
Perfect.
It's a little bit closer to one of the shroom mills, so they might feel the vibrations, but yeah, then you wouldn't have to trek all across the town to get it. But yeah, feel
This
free
works
to
well.
use this area.
Thank you very much, Yuri.
Of course. And let me know if there's anything else we can do.
I'd head. I imagine we'd probably quickly just run out of town and let Uvalal know where to come park this thing.
Okay. So Uvlal says, excellent. I was hoping we could get someplace more secure tonight. He will indeed bring your ship here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it just makes me nervous that since we know so little about this technology, if others have it as well.
So you now have a ship docking cave.
Oh, cool.
I honestly thought that said ship dick for a second.
Oh,
I need to
ship
zoom
dock.
in a little bit.
Ship dock.
All right.
Alright, so yeah, at this point, you kind of have things secured, and I'm assuming you're going to want to either do some downtime stuff or side quest stuff as you
It's
try to...
pretty. It's
yeah.
pretty late, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, I assume you're going to bed for today.
Yeah, I think in the
Yeah.
morning we need to take Onyx's body to the church, and then we can also assist LJ with his funeral arrangements. And see, I don't know if we can have the things happen tomorrow, but we can see if what we want to do about memorial services and stuff.
Alright,
And
so...
that won't take the whole day. We can spend some downtime or do other stuff, but like that could be our morning.
Yeah.
That's my thought. Get some of those ends wrapped up. And also, we kept talking about burying Nova, but honestly, we might still have Nova's body too. So we
I
could lay
think
her to rest.
I think we buried Nova because we had no idea
When-
where the hell they would
When
want
Otto
be
left
anyway.
the group, he would have brought her out of his.
I thought Nova
ring.
just left.
No, Nova died.
Noah died.
Nova died, and Otto carried her corpse around in his vessel for like 2
No,
weeks.
I'm pretty sure we buried them because we didn't know where they'd
We
want to be
kept
buried.
talking about it, but we never actually said it. But yeah, she was still in his vessel when Otto left the group, so he would have brought it out. So it's possible we made a memorial for her there in that old elven ruin that we were staying in. Or something.
Most likely, I don't think we would have brought her because she had no relation to Candle. So
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll say the evening is passing. So with owning your own manor, you'd probably have to do at least a wealthy lifestyle. So probably 4 GP.
I'm very glad to hear that because Nasira would totally turn up her nose and like check like for the dust on the surfaces and kind of be a little prissy about the lodging.
I think you do have some servants here who are kind of taking care of the place, which would be kind of part of the upkeep. So go ahead
Okay.
and spend the 4 gold for the evening for your expenses.
You want me to just take it from the ship or something else?
Oh, so I took it off my personal.
I took mine off too.
Yeah, it would be your personal gold.
I mean, we can take it from the party inventory if someone needs us to. We haven't exactly split up some of the last couple pots we've gotten.
Where's my character sheet? Oh,
I know.
char-
I still have some of my starting gold, but Nasieta hasn't gotten any other gold since we joined. So
my character sheet disappeared.
I'm going to start accumulating a shopping list while everyone figures out what they want to do.
So first, so did we pass the? Did you say we passed the evening? Lou?
Yeah, it's now the morning of the 35th.
All right, let's get Onyx's body off of the ship.
Would
And
that
take it.
make the bag disappear?
We had it recorded somewhere how many bags. How
I'm
many
pretty
bags
sure
left.
today. I'm pretty
I
sure
think
the
today
day
is
the
gone.
day.
Yeah.
When? Because I don't. Does it say for the artificer at dawn or something like that?
Yeah, so all the stuff would now be on the floor of the ship. If it was
We
still
had
in the
nothing
bag.
in the bag. The bag was completely empty.
Yeah, I emptied the
Alright,
bag.
so that would be gone then. Or it would just be a normal bag, basically. But yeah, so you're going to bring his body to the temple, you said?
Whatever the main like religious location is in this town, like we'll take it to them and I don't know, pay whatever little amount is needed for them to prepare the body and begin planning a memorial service, which I'm sure that they will, and the word will get out about town for others to join it, to come if needed, and they'll contact his wife and stuff.
All right, so you set
and
that
w-
up at the temple.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do
That
we need to
doesn't
pay
take too
anything
long.
for that?
Not. I'll say no. You don't have to at this point. Most likely, it was probably going to be handled by the town.
What's a like reasonably wealthy merchant income for a year in this town?
I mean, it can vary quite a bit depending on how well they do, but
Well, like if I understand correctly, like peasants and farmers and laborers generally don't ever see gold, right? Like silver and coppers is what they
yeah,
deal
I
in,
mean,
right?
they live like a poor lifestyle usually.
So what would
merchant-
be
Merchant
Oh,
would
sorry,
probably
go
be around like a gold a day, same as an adventurer.
I
but it
recommend
can
to the
vary.
group that we give a few hundred gold to Onyx's widow so that she can keep her home and
Oh yeah,
everything.
that was honestly part of my plan, but she shut the
Good.
door too quickly.
I mean, we might have to leave it for her depending on whether or not she kind of speaks to us at any point, but let's just see how the rest of our time here goes and how the memorial arrangements get set up and stuff, and we'll just go from there. But yeah, I definitely want to leave her with plenty of gold to be comfortable
Well,
in their
says, well,
current
she'll
home and
probably be at the funeral. I'll
course,
make sure I
yeah.
go talk to her so she knows about it.
stuff. Well, and that was the other thing. I assumed that when we hired the priests or the officials to prepare the body and prepare the funeral, that there would also be communications with the widow.
He says, most likely, but I shall speak with her myself as I wish to meet her.
Before we left off the ship, I need to. How much does it weigh? Oh god, that's a lot of weight.
What are the coins?
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's a lot. We have a lot of coins. I would say just like bring
We're just
bring
Donald docking in that ship.
just wait till everyone has their shopping list and then we can just get the coins we need,
Okay.
Scrooge McDuck, sorry.
It's close by now. So
All right, so yeah, what do you all want to do today?
There are some things I would like to try and buy if I can.
LJ would probably go to husband's house.
I need some
With-
party gold.
well,
With-
I think we were gonna do in the morning before we start our shopping trip. We were gonna do the same thing for LJ's husband that we did
Gotcha.
for Onyx. Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm
Uh,
assuming we have several days of downtime, maybe.
Well, I think that this taking the body to the temple and then going and to LJ's house. I'm assuming this is only taking a few hours, so
Yeah.
we'll still have plenty of time for downtime projects today.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying like we have time.
So Val would say, I think I have a few things I need to go take care of, so I may part ways with the group for now. I just wanted to make sure that Onyx's body was returned to his widow. Do you think we could do a fair split of the gold before I go my separate way?
LJ, what's told Donver?
I mean, yeah, give him some.
What's some?
He says, how much gold do we have to split?
We have a fair amount, but we've also
I-
had a bunch of gold since before you joined as well.
I whispered to Donver a estimate of what I think it is,
Well,
which
how...
is 21,000. I whispered to Donver my guess of how much we have. 21,354.
And Onyx definitely was entitled to some of that too.
Yeah, so... Fuck. I mean, honestly, Val, if we said we were going to give you 1,000 gold, I doubt you're going to bat your eyelids.
He says, if that is what you think is fair, didn't we find a fairly large amount of gold in that one treasure room within the
Oh, that
temple?
is true. That is true. What was the value of all those bars?
The bars is about 10,000.
13.5k.
I think we had a few of the like the platinum bars are definitely all from that. But I think we might have had some of the other bars already.
I think...
Not
we
that I
got-
know of.
Oh, and it was in the chat.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We have 20. God, Onyx, why shouldn't you be more?
They're just all over the place. We keep finding other things in this inventory and moving them to
Okay,
like, the
yeah.
category where they belong.
Give me a
You
second.
can use a
I
search
saw-
function to find something.
Yeah,
if
but
you-
he has like, they're different descriptions, different ways that they're written. Some of them
Give me a
start with
second. Let me
hash the
update
number.
all of
Some of them
this.
start with the quantity. Some of them, yeah.
He says, well,
It's
how about
yeah,
this? He says,
Val was only with us a few sessions, so I definitely don't think that like a fair split is. He was not even with us at the end of like when we found that cache. He had already left.
well, his character was still there, though.
I know.
So he
What's
says,
the value of a gold bar?
how
We-
about this? Gold
100.
bar is 100 GP.
Only have.
You said
22,000.
around. You said we found around 13,000 in the treasury
Go
in
on
there. Since there was about 6 of us, how about we just say maybe 2,200 to me?
Yeah.
And he
Yep,
says
that sounds fine.
that I will take that as a fair split. It is much more money than I would have expected to have made anyway. So,
Question is, does he have enough weight to carry it?
2,200 divided by 50 is. I mean, probably, but I can double check.
That'd be about 44 pounds,
Yeah, that's not too bad.
and I'm assuming coins, not bars.
Yeah, well, it's the
Question.
same weight. The bar
It'd
is
be
Well,
about
yeah.
44 pounds.
Question, Mary, did you do all the lines?
yeah 44. So yeah. he
Yes,
can take
it
that.
was really getting confusing, like the different like sections that he had set up. So I put them each in a box. Like the coin purse is a box now. The gem
I-
pouch is a box now.
This is
Oh.
the third time we have rearranged the system.
Oh, I didn't rearrange anything. I just put the like different sections in boxes.
Second time it's been rearranged.
Yeah.
I rearranged the second one. You added the boxes.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and
oh.
I know we've been moving stuff around, like moving stuff from the bag of holding list over to the items at the ship list, and like unidentified items get moved around once they're identified. But there's
We-
so many things in that items at the ship list that are like
Need to be moved.
it says there's 6 potions from session 73. And then other locations, there's something that says session 69 treasure room 2 potions of healing. But I don't know if anyone's ever like claimed those.
No.
And there's like there's just we'll have to keep going through it. I think we've made it better, but we'll have to do that list of items at the ship and
so-
categorizing them.
minus
Yeah.
the 2,200 gold from your, I guess, gold pieces.
Yeah, let's take it
Okay.
from the gold
Yeah.
pieces. Yeah,
Got it. Give me a
or
second.
from bars because gold pieces might be easier to trade with. But
So 2200
smaller
would
purchases.
be how many bars?
220.
22?
Yeah, it would be 22 bars. Yeah, that's right. So just 22 gold bars is fine. So you would
Okay.
take those and thank you and say, I will most likely stay in the settlement for the time being. But if I do not see you again soon, all of you take care.
Wait, can we pay him in silver bars? Because that's heavier.
No, he doesn't want to do silver bars.
All right, sorry. All right.
I mean, I guess you could try, but
No,
you'll probably
no,
see it
whatever
as
we
kind of
buy-
a dick move.
Whatever we buy at the market, guys, let's spend our copper and
The
silver.
guy who
first.
shows up at the store and buys everything with pennies.
Yeah,
Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it.
paying my
It
parking
makes our-
ticket with thousands of pennies.
It makes our pockets lighter. And let's hold on to the gems because they are a very lightweight valuable that we could use for purchases at any point.
Actually, valid point. Are there any diamonds there? Because I will
Oh,
happily
yeah.
take any and all of them.
It's only 50 gold worth. Oh wait, no, it says
There's
times 3.
150
So-
gold worth of diamonds, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, take the diamonds, Andrea. Put them in your inventory. And we can subtract them from here. But most of these, like I think rubies, there's a few things here that we can use in spells, but a lot of these are just valuables that we can use for trades.
Anyway, berry
there's-
people.
There's 2 emeralds that were in there since when Onyx was keeping the thing, but there's no value attached to them, so we have no idea what they're worth.
Probably like 50 gold.
Well, see, there's a
So
problem.
just- if you took the 2 diamonds, just delete that whole line.
Yeah, we can always add it back.
Yeah, delete
And the
those
diamonds are
I'll
going to
add
be
that.
worth different amounts anyway.
So
yeah.
there's a problem with that.
With what?
The thing he was using to track the GP value, it was tracking the bloodstone's value, not the diamond value.
Oh. Well, that's okay. It said there were 3 diamonds, and 50 is the cheapest a diamond could have been, so we probably shorted ourselves with that. We're not cheating or like gaining anything extra. But I think it makes sense for our cleric to carry diamonds.
Yeah, I actually have enough to cast a Revivify now.
Good. And
'Cause I only had
here's
200
another
before.
thing, guys, is we could trade some of these gemstones. If there's a gem dealer in the market here, which it's not a huge settlement, so there might not be. But if there's a gem dealer here, we could try and trade some of these gems that don't work for spells for diamonds, just so that we have a couple extra casts. And those aren't the Revivify isn't the only cleric spell that requires diamonds. There's a couple.
Oh
that
no,
require
Greater
diamond
Restoration
dust.
requires
Yeah.
dust.
Yeah. So we could definitely, like, instead of spending all our wealth, we could trade some of this stuff. Or we could spend
No,
the heavy gold on gems. I don't care.
Well, we just deal with it.
Yep. All right. So let's go shopping.
All right. So,
Wait,
Anvir, I
skipped over
assume
me.
you're just, you said you wanted to buy some stuff from the market?
Yes, there are a few things I would like to buy.
Completely.
I mean, as long as none of it is like magical items, you can probably find
No,
it.
they're things for magic.
Yeah, sure. So if you're just buying like components, then you would find what you're looking for in various stalls.
Even the expensive ones.
Yeah, because they're non-magical things.
Okay. In that case,
So you could
I
go
need.
for a book price unless you want to haggle.
You probably have a
I'll probably just
couple
go-
fancy bejeweled things you need made, don't you?
I don't need anything particularly bejeweled yet, but I
Okay.
do need
Yet.
a 500 gold reliquary.
Okay.
You
A-
could probably find that being sold at the church.
Yeah. And a
It's not being sold. It's for a donation. Isn't that how it works when it's at the church?
Well, they
And,
probably ask for money.
I mean,
if,
no, I know. They're going to tell you what that donation needs to be. But,
Yeah.
oh, well, it's a donation.
they suggest a donation of 500. That is 500.
and then I'll also buy the focus I need for scrying. I'm gonna need some party gold for this as well, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Just tell me how much you need.
And I'm sure
um,
that the others might have some stuff to buy too.
I
once-
mean, you could just minus it, since you all have access. Just minus it, as long as like they're okay with you taking it.
Yeah, as long as you guys are fine. This is gonna be like 1500 for those 2 things.
No, those are valuable things. Yeah.
And maybe some diamonds if you want to buy some of those. I
think
do
you
have
should have-
religious components, which I think I can use instead, but
Oh, that's true.
I
But
think you took all of those.
no,
yeah, that's
we've-
what I'm saying. I have those. but
Yeah,
I
he's
could
got
also
all the
use
ones we
diamonds.
found. Yeah,
things
that's
like
why
that.
we don't have any in the inventory.
Yeah, I have like
Um,
$882 worth of gold worth.
Oh,
of
okay. So then, yeah,
components.
that gives you some abilities for greater restorations and additional revivifies if needed.
Yeah, it's just because if it's not consumed, I need
Alright,
it.
so
Still.
minus the gold you're taking. And
Do you
we'll say
need
that you
any
bought that
holy
stuff.
water or powdered silver?
The focus for the reliquary for scrying needs to be a mirror or something like that. I need
Okay.
to buy a crystal ball, a mirror, or something like that worth 1,000
I think
gold.
there's a silver mirror. Oh, it has to be worth 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a
So I have to
custom
buy
item
that.
then. Yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
how much you taking off?
so probably just 1,500 for now, unless we want me to get the stuff for legend lore so I can actually cast that.
Are you able to cast it yet?
Yeah, I have 5th level spells. I just need
Oh,
the
okay.
stuff to do it.
It's like what, 1,000 gold to cast?
No, much less than that. So I would need to buy the 4 ivory strips.
But those don't get consumed, right?
Those don't get consumed. That's why I would need to buy those. And then it's 250 per cast for the incense.
Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, let's get you the ivory if we can find it in the market.
I imagine I can buy ivory, no problem.
So yeah, you could probably find the ivory strips in the market. So that's how much more?
That'd be another 200 gold worth of ivory because it's 4 pieces
So
worth
is
50
that
each.
1,700 you're taking now?
Yep,
Yes.
I'm adding all this up.
Okay. So go ahead and minus the anything else you're taking money for.
I think that's everything I need. Oh, if we can find a bag of holding, that's amazing. If not,
Probably not.
I think I mean, you could go looking for one, but actually
Yeah.
Uglol might be able to craft you one because he.
that's a
Oh,
point.
that's right. We have an artificer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kevlar.
Well, now
Dude.
and now that the ship is safe, he can come and like hang out in our manor.
Yeah. Well, he would say, "Do you have a laboratory in your manor?"
Do we?
I don't think so.
We could build one.
Let's retrofit one of those guest rooms.
All right. So you took the 1,700,
Yeah,
and
that-
you are buying your stuff. Ublol says, "Yeah, if
Actually-
you set, I mean, magical labs aren't cheap," he says, "but if you can get me set up in one, I can start."
How about
working on
this?
stuff.
Let's introduce him to Onyx's mentor, the gnome inventor in town, and they
We should probably tell him about Onyx.
yeah. Let's do that.
Did we never tell him about Onyx?
Well, I mean, actually, I'm not sure who all here has met the gnome.
So,
Otto met him because Onyx took me to him, but I don't know that the party was with us.
So if you go to his house,
But you guys would know
he
of him.
Would not be there.
Hmm.
It seems like the doors are all locked up and the house is quiet.
Oh.
So either
Is that
he,
the only like lab or like place of learning in town, or is there?
there is a library in town hall if you're looking to do research. But
I meant like a lab.
So Ublol would say, I can probably build a lab. It would just take some time and funding, and then we'd
How
have
much
one
time
at
and
the.
how much funding?
So he says to get a fully stocked lab. You said I could turn one of the guest rooms into a lab.
Or is there a basement? Whatever makes the most sense. Or we could like just build one in the little looks like we've got a lovely little corral next to our
So I
house
guess
there.
I never marked the rooms of the Gray Manor, so I should probably do that.
Oh yeah.
Is there a stable? I mean, it looks like we've got a little corral.
Can we turn the stable into the lab?
How many
don't know.
bedrooms do we have?
I don't know how many rooms we have. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Or wait, here's
4,
another plan. Is
5,
there?
6,
No, it's too
7,
small.
8, 9,
I was gonna say, could
10,
we
11,
create the labs on the
12.
ship so we could use them anywhere? But I guess that'd be
13,
pretty
I-
cramped.
He says, yeah, it would be too small. I mean, I guess I could, but then I wouldn't have as much for storage, and it would be kind of weird.
We have 10 bedrooms. Damn.
Yeah.
do?
Uh,
Should we just
Wait,
put another
why don't-
section for who
He's
claimed the
putting it in the
bedroom?
stronghold.
Oh,
Should we put in who has claimed one of the bedrooms?
I think it's safe to just say, there's one for each of us.
mine. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm adding it to the NPC section thing. Eldwin, LJ.
wait, did
Probably-
you delete one of the bedrooms?
Someone did.
Alright, that should be one at the start. So I think this is all the rooms in the house.
Is there anyone? Is there
Let's
anyone?
give.
Probably
let's
one
give him-
bedrooms.
Yeah. If one of the bedrooms is big enough for his needs, I think we've got plenty.
He says I could use the basement. That might be the easiest if we're not using it for anything.
Yeah, use the basement
If
and
the
then just use
basement
one
is
of the
the
rooms.
full, if the basement is the full size of the manor, then that could be really good because he could really have room to spread out different things he's working on. He could have, leather working table and metal smithing table, and you know what I mean. Like it gives room for multiple sections of tools and stuff.
How much funding would you need, Uvlo? We could leave that with you.
So to start out, I would probably need about 2,000 gold pieces to fully stock the lab.
Do we want to hook the man up?
Why not?
I mean, yeah, since we've got the manor and we're hopefully this is going to be a base we return to, even if we're gone for long periods of time, I guess it's worth the investment.
It would
To have a place
probably
to work.
take me about 3 days to get that set up. But once I have it set up, I can start working on projects.
The only problem is that are we going to leave Uvlo here to work in the lab when we leave, or do we want him with us on the ship since he has been the one that's kind of been
I think when we leave, he'll be the ship pilot still, but
okay?
But now here.
He says, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would have to train someone else to use the ship if you're going to use it. Oh,
Yeah.
and I forgot. I should add the ship dock as one of the things you have
Yeah,
now.
thank you for fitting the name, Mary.
No problem. And I gave Uvlo a bedroom because he's clearly like a permanent member of us.
Yeah, I forgot how
Well,
to spell his name.
I'll
So.
probably be sleeping in the lab, but I
Oh well,
appreciate
no.
it.
Okay.
Well, he has an extra one.
We've got plenty of rooms.
Yeah, if you
Our library is empty. Guys, we have a bunch of books. Let's take the books out. We have books in our inventory. Do we want to
We
put them in the
do.
library?
We do.
we don't have that many
We've
books,
got-
do we?
We have a few books and recipes. No, not a ton, but we've got some books
We
and
have
recipes.
books about toolkits.
And we
That's all I
have
think.
books about at least one language.
I have,
They're not on the.
Well,
recipe.
because Otto put it on the ship when we were lightening our loads. Otto put a book
Yeah.
about the Celestial language on the ship.
they have
Oh yeah, no.
recipes for normal and greater healing potions.
We
apparently.
have book about toolkits, 4, so I'm assuming we have 4 of them. We have a spell book from Elf,
there's a note-
Library, and
There's a
Ruins.
note there. Mouse over the little triangle. It'll show you. It's masons, leatherworkers, smiths, and alchemists.
We also have a spell book from that contains all first level spells. Apparently.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
we found that a
books-
while back.
books are actually kind of heavy. We're not counting the weight, and I mean we're not using them in a bag right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But books are actually like I think 5 pounds each. Oh no, the weights are there. Never mind. I'm sorry. I was looking at the line above.
So, should we just bring all the books to the library?
Yeah, I
Sure.
guess.
Books and recipes. Let's account for them in the library.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can
I
just,
have a recipe.
you can just mark them as being in the Gray Manor library. As
Is it weird that I as soon as I saw that we had a library and it said empty, I'm like, we gotta put something in there.
Not too weird.
I love that we have an outhouse too.
I'm sorry, we have an outhouse?
There's an outhouse.
Everybody poops.
All right, guys.
Do we not have a bathroom inside? Are we not advanced for that?
No, there's
We
no
are living
sewers.
in a, medieval,
Underground.
magical medieval-esque, historical pseudo
Yeah, I got it.
pre-tech.
So he needs
It's a stinky
2,000.
cave.
Yeah, 2,000 to make a lab, and I'm assuming Lou that because for the expense and the size of the basement, like we're going to be able to any of our members or NPCs or allies in the future who need to craft would have the different stations like where we could do like if we needed to do leather crafting versus like enchanting a magic
playing a
item versus
Skyrim?
tinkering, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, they could teach. You can teach tool stuff. It's just, I think it's like 50 days of.
No.
study.
I'm not talking about learning it. I'm saying anyone that's with our party who has a tool skill would be able to utilize this lab.
Yeah, if
Is
you
that
want
correct?
to make
Okay.
magic
Yeah.
items.
Okay.
I think they're asking, like, specifically, is this fully stocked with, like, leatherworking tools, smithing tools?
Well,
alchemy
not
tools?
yet. He's still. I mean, it's a magic lab. It wouldn't have the other tools in it. It would basically be for crafting.
Well, that's
magic
okay
items.
because in the ship we've got Onyx's tinker tools, Onyx's mason's tools, Onyx's leatherworking, Smith disguise kit, Mason. Oh, he's got more. Oh, Otto's mason's tool. We've got some tools ready
Could I
as well.
just take that down to the basement?
Lou, is that part of our 2,000? Is supplying some of these tools because we have a bunch of these in the ship
No,
already.
the 2,000 is just for the magic lab.
Then
the-
yes, I would say go ahead and note that the tools, tinker, mason, leather worker, smith, and more mason. We could sell one of the mason's tools,
So
honestly.
did you spend 2,000 GP?
Yeah.
Yes, I took it off.
Where did you take it off from?
Platinum
From-
balls.
Oh, from platinum bars?
Either way, I could do. It would just seem like the easiest way to do it.
So it would be
Oh,
2
okay.
platinum bars or something, right?
Yeah, we had 10,000.
Yeah, each platinum bar is, I believe,
1,000.
1,000.
So I just
Okay.
want to point out that 2 platinum bars is 4 pounds. 2,000 gold pieces is a lot more.
Yeah.
So we might want to spend the heavier stuff first, but I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I may would move 2,000 gold. Make that
At
easier.
the same time, I guess the coins spend easier, but yeah, I don't know how often we're gonna get
All right.
shopping trips.
So Mark, so you paid the 2,000. Mark Ublol's current assignment as creating the magic lab, and that'll be done in 3 days, which is
As
the,
a little
which
sorry,
is
as-
the 38th of spring.
While we're also on the track, should we do the watch location? Even though we're probably not gonna.
no,
use
we're
it.
in town.
We're not gonna use it, but probably be useful to have information on.
I mean, it'll probably be good in the future, but you have to do it now.
You said 2 days,
3 days.
3 days, okay.
Yeah.
And today is the 80.
35th, so he's done on
35th,
the 30th.
sorry, wrong.
Where'd you get 80 from 30?
Because all the other campaigns are completely different.
Oh. Different times.
During that sometime, I would have asked Ublol, or if not him, somebody in town to paint a little black rabbit on the chess piece that Onyx made me.
All right, it's fine. You could commission that. We'll just say it's part of your expenses.
Oh, good. Yeah, just a little memorial for Onyx and Harson.
So buying that stuff probably would take you a couple of hours.
Is Seal hanging out with Uvlo in the basement while we're in Candle? Or is he still on the ship?
I imagine that Zokek. Does Zokek want to come live in the Grey Manor and live in his little laboratory with Uvla?
You
Oh, he
haven't
might.
actually heard from him since
He went off to
split.
find the other Knoll refugees that
So-
were settled in Candle when we first got here.
He's
Oh yeah, that's right.
he's in an unknown place. But what do you all do?
What about
for your...
Seal, though?
Seal, he was still on the ship, so he's still hanging out on the ship.
Right, but now that the ship is parked, I didn't know if he was in our manor, so I was just I was updating the NPC allies list.
I mean, yeah, if you don't want him to hang out on the ship, I'm sure
up
Eldwin
to
can tell
him.
him to go somewhere
He'll
else.
probably I imagine we'd for now ask him to just travel around with Uvla as muscle in case something happens to him.
All right, so we'll go to the basement then. We'll go to the lab, or the lab in progress.
Yeah. So this is still the first day back, right?
Yeah.
Or have we jumped?
It's a couple of hours because you've been buying stuff in the marketplace. But what's everyone doing for their downtime today?
Oh, I would have gone over to that house me and my husband used to share before death.
Okay, so you're going back to your cabin.
I'm imagining I'm coming with
Just
him
over.
to do a burial.
Actually, over here.
Yep, yeah. I was just...
And that's what you're doing for the day?
When do we expect the Knoll tribes, the new allied tribes to arrive?
Still tomorrow or something, right? Be
Yeah,
a
they
day
said
or
a
something
couple
still.
of days.
36? Oh, 30. Okay.
What are you doing for the day, Sierra?
I don't know. She doesn't have any tool proficiencies. You know what? Do I think that the market and craftsmen and merchants here, that there's any possibility of me finding magic items if I spent the week?
Yeah, you would just be making the normal rolls involved with that.
Oh, I do think it's a possibility that I might find something. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll start the first day of that.
Okay. So...
We don't have a downtime activities tab in the inventory.
We're kind of keeping it under, I think, extend, or no, what is it? Hirelings and allies?
Well, we have NPC allies, and then we
allies.
have... Wait a second.
You could probably use the NPC one.
Yeah, because the hirelings and allies, I just noticed, and it has a much older information for Dosha and Garu than the NPC allies.
Yeah, that has been updated in a while.
Here,
Well,
I'll
I just
change that
updated the
to
NPC
character.
allies one, but I didn't realize there was two. So yeah, where do you want to put our PC downtime activities?
You can use NPC allies,
Okay.
because that's got the, just call it characters or something. Alright, so that's gonna take you 5 days.
I have an activity that I'd like to do, but it kind of involves Uvlo setting up his lab. So I'll have to wait for that.
Yep, it'll be at least 3 days. So for buying a magical item.
I think I just spend 5 days searching for it, and then you tell me. I make some rolls, and you tell me how many I
So
found and how much they
You also
cost.
have to spend 100 GP.
Okay, I don't have that much.
I'll take it off from the party.
Thank you.
Yeah, do we want to just say that we give everyone some personal money now? And then
we just
also
take
the
it
party
from...
fund.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, because, like, how much is in the party fund, including bars and everything like that right now?
16,000.
God, we do that fast. We've already dropped through 5k. How?
Well, 2,000 for the lab, and then like 1,700 for your stuff, and
Another 2,000 with
Val.
Val.
Val took his share.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we
that's
get-
right. Val
yeah,
took
that's right.
23 or something. Yeah.
22.
I mean,
yeah.
you could just give everyone a bunch of gold as like an allowance, just so you don't have to.
Yeah,
keep
that's what I was
everyone-
going to say. Did we
Maybe
want to
like
just
1,000
split?
each or something?
Yeah, like I was going to say like 1.5, something like that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Give her one. Just
I mean, I do think it makes sense to keep like a bulk in a central place for big purchases like magic items and spell components that are
That's
used
why
for the whole party.
Yeah, that's
But
why I'm not
also,
saying
I think
divide it
also,
all.
yeah, we should all have money in our pockets though too. Yeah.
So do we want to just?
It's just so rare
Say-
that we have any place to spend it.
Did we want to say minus 3,500 for now? Give us all 1,500, and we can give Eldwin his 1,500 when he actually joins
That
in.
would be 45.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's 45.
Oh yeah, I did my math wrong. Sorry.
1,000 is more than enough for me. Let me just take 1,000.
Just oh, we'll just do
You
that. then.
guys,
3, make it 1,000.
and I'll
each.
say whoever's taking money out should be the one to minus it. So
Yeah.
you can, you guys can
Oh,
minus
okay.
your own gold, just so we don't. Because if we're like
Oh,
playing
but we don't want to
telephone,
be. But we don't want to do it simultaneously.
Yeah, so if you're taking gold out, just minus it yourself, just so we don't have to play telephone with, with Samuel, because that can be mix up. So yeah, if you're taking money out, just say it and then take it out yourself,
Okay.
because you all have access to it.
And I mean, I'll probably take some of that in platinum just to make it lighter, but I'll wait till everyone else is updated theirs.
I'm not taking anything out.
And so Anvir, you said you're taking 1,500.
No, I'll drop it straight to 1.
1,000. All right.
I'm trying to undo, but it won't let me.
You just click the undo thing.
Yeah, I'm clicking undo, but it's literally doing nothing for me.
Have you done anything yet?
I hit into the gold pieces. I was trying to change the 2 to 1, and then it just made it a 1. So all I can see in gold pieces right now is 1.
Oh, I see 2215.
Yeah, it still looks the same to me. You probably
So it's
just
20
need-
Maybe
Okay,
click,
that's
maybe
fine.
click off and then go back.
That's
Yeah.
fine. If it's 2215, then I can put the rest in, and then maybe when I press enter, it should be fine.
Yeah, see, now it's back.
Okay, cool. I think because I hadn't pressed enter, it hadn't changed anything yet, but like, when I went to change the number to like, just make it the first 2 were 1, it just got rid of everything and just put a 1.
Alright, Mary.
I'm
you're-
gonna take. Can I take 50 platinum pieces, and then, which makes that 120, and then I'll take 500 gold. Does that work?
I assume that's fine.
Yeah.
How do we calculate weight, carry weight again? Is it
It's
15?
2 pounds
Did we-
for a bar and
It should,
0.02
How much
for
we have?
a coin.
10 times your
It's-
strength score.
10 times my
Oh,
strength.
gotcha. Yeah.
It says that I'm not over encumbered, but I believe I am, so I might need to figure this gold out a different way.
Oh, yeah, good point. Nicely, I am not wearing armor and shit that bogs me down, so I can actually carry more than usual.
I might want to go half and half, so like 50 platinum, 500
Yeah.
gold. Right? That's how that
50
works?
platinum and 500 gold would be 1,000, yeah.
Okay,
You said
yeah,
you were
so-
taking 1,500 though, so if you subtracted that much, make sure.
No,
you-
I said 1,000.
He changed
Oh,
it.
okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna change that. I'll change the platinum piece.
I just didn't want us to accidentally lose 500 because we'd already like marked it off.
And I took out 20 platinum pieces, put in my personal.
Yeah, actually, I think it might be better for us to figure this all out and then give a total to the quartermaster, and then the quartermaster subtracts it all, because all of us in the sheet at once could actually cause some issues, and then we lose data or something, you know.
Wow, I'm still too heavy with the amount of money I'm carrying.
Well, we can worry about that at the session.
Okay, so I didn't realize this, but it looks like Nasira was carrying 10 platinum from something. She must have gotten that since we joined you guys, but she was carrying 10 platinum coins, not bars, already.
Okay, where do 50 platinum pieces just be off to?
Say what?
50 platinum pieces just disappeared.
Yeah, that was me because I added
That-
500 gold back in and took 50. I was way over encumbered with all the gold I had, and I still am.
Okay.
I need to get rid of 11 pounds.
Well, you don't want to be right at encumbrance either, because then if you pick up a single cool thing along the way, then you're encumbered.
Let's be
So,
fair.
so you
I
might
can't-
want to just put the gold back in the ship,
Yeah.
or swap it for gems and stuff.
So
or
did you pay the 100 gold for the week for the magical item searching?
he said he subtracted it before we started divvying stuff up.
Talking to you.
I didn't subtract it, but I thought LJ said he had.
I don't think he did because I still see it
No.
at 12:15.
I didn't even know
That's
I was
kinda-
supposed to correct something. People keep
Okay,
being
then-
on the sheet.
And that's kind of why I think we should just subtract for whatever you're personally doing.
Right, but when like we have 4 people editing the sheet at once, we've already had issues.
Well, once you have it on your personal sheets, you can probably just take it from there. So maybe that's why it might be good to just split things up than have you go all do your own expenses. I don't know.
All right, well then I'll take it from what I just put in my sheet.
Yeah, and that's why I said like everyone should maybe have some personal gold as well.
Yeah, because I don't need. I don't know when we're gonna shop again. I don't need to be walking around with all of this. So yeah.
All right, so you spend 100 from that, and we'll start passing time because we are getting close to end. So yeah, you do the funeral for your husband at the cabin. You said, Mary, you're spending the day working on looking for magical items for sale. And actually, so the funeral will only take you to a day here. What are you gonna? So I'll pass a day. So go ahead and pay your 4 gold in expenses each.
And did we do Onyx's funeral as well, or are we?
No,
is that
not
still
yet.
being organized? Okay, all right.
No.
I just want to make sure.
Mine
Didn't
was
miss that.
less organized.
If that, because the funeral only took a while, I would probably also spend the 100 gold for a day of looking at magic items just for the hell of it.
If we work together,
would
does
be
it take us
5.
fewer days?
It'd be 5 days to do a hunt for magical items.
So could we work for it together and it only take us 2.5?
I don't think you can do that. I think
Okay,
you
alright,
can.
just
It
checking.
would just be different roles.
Yeah,
but-
like if I have to be, we have to be here a whole week before I'm gonna find anything. I just thought that since I didn't have any crafting abilities, that I'd do that for the group, like while we're here.
yeah.
I'll look as well, just so we
wanna
have
do it as
2
well?
searches.
Sure. So spend 100 and put a day towards that. So
I would also cast enhance ability on myself each day that I'm doing that.
can you do it for 8 hours?
I can do it. Can I? Let me just check. Oh no, I can't. I can't. Never mind. No,
'Cause
I
you
don't have
to
enough
do
spell slots.
it the whole
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I knew that, but I was
Alright,
thinking of other
so
characters.
a day would pass, so you can go ahead and spend the 4 gold for the expenses. Put a day towards your projects. So you should all have 1 day into your searching for magical items, and I'm gonna put you in the marketplace just so I remember you were doing that.
So whereabouts is that tab again?
It's the NPCs and PCs tasks
Projects.
/ projects. Yeah.
AJ, are you staying at your cabin or are you coming back to the Grey Manor?
LJ or me?
LJ,
LJ.
unless you needed at the manor, he was probably gonna go drinking.
You could gamble. That is a downtime activity.
Oh,
Arousing.
but-
I know what I'm
Or
gonna do
gambling,
then.
yeah.
Or carousing, yeah. They require different skills, so I can get that up.
Yes.
I think gambling, if you're gonna gamble, it requires you can bet from 10 to 1,000 gold pieces. Then you make 3 checks: Wisdom, Insight, Charisma, Deception, and Charisma, Intimidation. You can replace one of those with the appropriate gaming set if you have that tool proficiency. And then I randomly generate DCs, and depending on how many successes you get is how much money you get.
I have a playing card set.
Okay, so you could replace let's see, if the character has proficiency with an appropriate gaming set, that tool proficiency can replace the relevant skill in any of the checks.
So he could do all 3 of them as playing cards.
Yeah, so you could make 3 playing card checks to gamble.
I have no idea what shits that would be.
It would be playing cards Wisdom, playing cards Charisma, and playing cards Charisma a second time.
Okay, so wisdom, charisma, basic.
So you do want to do this for the week?
Yeah, sure, why not?
How much do you want to wager? Between 10 and 1,000.
Which would 100 GP over the week.
Okay, so minus 100, mark that you wagered 100, and after 5 days we'll make the rolls. So put a day towards that.
Okay.
So you all put 1 day towards your downtime stuff, and we might want to end here just because we're over a bit. So let's do MVP votes, and we can continue that next week. As 2 of you are looking for magical items, and 1 of you is trying to raise the party's money a bit.
Where is Scarlet staying? I think we probably would have offered her a room if she wanted it.
Yeah, she'd be happy to stay at the Grey Man.
So I have 5 days left.
No, you need 5 days to complete your gambling.
So 4 days left.
So you'd have 4 days left on that. And at the end of that, we make the checks, and depending on how well you do is how much money you win.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
if
good to end
you-
now so we can ask
If
what.
you look
Elvin wants
under
to do.
downtime activities for Xanathars, you can see the rules for gambling. I think I linked them in the journal under game notes rules. But it's basically a bunch of skill checks you make after 5 days.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, I got 1 vote.
Oh shit! I forgot to sign mine in.
Yeah, you just have to remember how much gold you wagered, because that'll affect how much you might win.
No.
All right, Anvir with 2 votes, your MVP. Da-da-da.
I keep spending story points and then immediately getting them back.
That's a good thing.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm not complaining.
Oh
I need
yeah.
to save
Yeah.
them up at some point. I only
I
have
honestly-
2 at the
I'm-
moment.
I'm kind of bad about it. Like, I'll think of them. Like, there'll be a session where I use one, and then I'll use a couple more that session because I'm reminded of them because I used one. But it's normal for me on a lot of my characters to forget about them for many sessions, and they kind of build up. Like Otto had 4 when I retired him, so I've got 4, 5 after I post this journal. So, but then there's other. I don't know. It just depends. Some of my games I have, yeah, I'm just not very good about. I'll go a lot of sessions without using any, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, story points, and I'll use them a bunch for a few sessions or something, you know.
Yeah.
I was thinking of changing the rules for inspiration a little.
Oh,
So
I might go back to the normal inspiration rules, but you can spend story points to gain inspiration. So basically, you could only do it. My thought was you could do it as a bonus action or an action, so you couldn't just spam, story points every encounter. Like, you could spend 1, and if you wanted to get re-inspired with a story point, you would have to, spend an action or a bonus action to do that. So
I mean, it seems, I don't know. It's like, I don't think it's going to change for me too much how often I use a story point.
yeah,
but
it's more to keep someone from spending like 4 or 5
a
story
bunch in one
points, like
in one
turn.
encounter.
Or
Oh, in one turn.
Yeah, I mean,
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so you can do multiple ones in an encounter. You just have to spend the actions. Or if you're not in a combat, then you could just do it the normal way.
Like, I can think of one of my characters who just kind of had forgotten about her. I had forgotten about my story points for a big portion of the campaign, and she ended up using like 6 or 7. It was Betha inspiration points during the Malik battle in Issyk. And so that would also be like, so like with this new thing that you're proposing, that's like, I mean, 6 or 8 actions during a
Well, I'm gonna think
BBEG
of-
battle is kind
Yeah,
of a
you
big
would.
Well, I
deal.
mean, it's
But also at the same time, I feel like that's the only time I've ever used more than 1 experience point in a single encounter. And in all the other situations on all of my characters, I don't think it would have even mattered, you know?
yeah, and that's kind of what I want to prevent is someone just spending like all their points on like a main battle. Or if
Gotcha,
they're going to
okay.
do that, it would slow them down a little.
And I didn't plan that. I didn't save them up intentionally the way
No,
I did on
no.
Barrel.
Like I did save them up on Barrel for a while intentionally, but like on Betha, it was more like, fuck, I forgot I had so many. Oh, we're fighting Malik. Let me do this, you know?
Yeah, because it just feels a
So-
little overpowered when you just
Yeah.
have, advantage on every roll basically because you save them up.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
you personally, but in general.
So I was actually just looking at the rules for purchasing an item. We can spend up to 1,000 if we want to get a plus to the roll.
What does
I
the
think
100 give us?
That's over time though, isn't it?
So there's one for time and one for gold.
Yeah, I think if you spend multiple weeks, I don't know, I have to look at it.
Yeah, so there's one for. So there's two. So there's a character gets +1 for on the check for every work week beyond the first spent seeking the seller, and +1 bonus for every additional 100 gold spent on the search, up to a maximum of 10.
Well, honestly, I mean, it's up to like obviously like we can talk through it with the party and we can spend more if we want to improve our chances. But my thing is like when I've done this before, like we're gonna find a couple items or maybe even a few items if we roll really well. But the items are going to be random, and some of them we're not even going to want or we're not going to be able to afford. So we'll pass on. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, let's ask. We could talk to the party next week and see, like, if they want us to invest in us, maybe having a little more precise search or getting more options back. But I don't know. I don't really like this particular downtime activity. I just didn't really have any other good way for Nasira to spend her time, and I thought this might be a benefit for the party in case we find a bag of holding. But I don't know. I'm not down. I'm disinclined to spend the extra money. But let's ask the group next week, and if they say yeah, do it, let's do it. You know.
Because the way it works is we roll a charisma check, and the higher we roll on that charisma check unlocks a different table.
And is it just like a straight charisma check or not like a save or anything?